10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another edition of the Prem Panel Show. It is, it's about that time. It's the penultimate show of the season, actually. So it's actually one of those kind of like emotional moments. You know what I mean? Like 2 more shows left, this one and then 1 more. So, you know, for season 1, that is obviously the Prem Panel Show will be back next season. First of all, before I welcome in all of these wonderful guests, I want to say fuck Everton. Straight out the back is what it is. Not taking any prisoners. And I know there's a couple other people that want to say the same thing, but we'll leave that there. George, Daps, Lee, what's going on, boys?
You good?
Good.
Very happy. Callum, you probably need to move over and let him go there, you know, because I think he needs centre stage, to be honest.
They're wiping the smile off my face this week.
Right, you can't put me next to him. Nah.
Come on. No, it's like I'm technically in front as well. Like you.
You can't do that to me, bro. Hey, but I'm at the bottom, man. No, I'm not feeling good. I ain't feeling good about this one today, man.
Well, look, we're not even gonna go there. We're not even gonna go there just yet. I'm gonna keep that one on ice because you know we're gonna start with this relegation battle, which it doesn't even really look too much like it's going to go down to the last day now with Everton having... I think Crystal Palace might have just done the biggest bottle job of the season. To be 2-0 up against a piece of shite like Everton and let them get 3 goals in the second half is absolutely terrible. Maybe Vieira won't make a good Arsenal manager in the future.
Or maybe he will.
Beat me to it.
Look, I'm not even the one throwing around the shade, bro. I was being genuine, you know what I mean? But hey.
First Arsenal, then Ramsey, then Vieira.
Something in the DNA, eh? Is that what you say? I'm not gonna lie. When Ramsey was walking up, I literally was like, "Yeah, Dimitri's made not Dimitri. Van Bronckhorst has made a mistake here. He's made a mistake. He's let Ramsey take one." And I hope now everybody understands. You just don't bring people on for penalties.
Yeah,
stop the dumbass decision of making a substitution 4 minutes before the end of the game just for penalties. When are people going to realise you can't take a penalty in one of the biggest pressure games you'll ever play in your life when you're not even warm yet? The blood isn't even pumping through your heart yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then you've just got to take a penalty. It's the dumbest decision I've ever seen. And when a team's going to stop doing it now? But
I was shocked Barkley scored against you lot, to be honest. I was convinced Barkley was missing that one.
He's got that just came on as well, like against you, and then he missed, didn't it?
That was an injury, though, I think. So that was one of the ones where they didn't do it for the penalty. It was like forced upon them.
So where Barkley was brought on, though, for the penalty. I think,
Barkley was brought on for penalty.
Well, yeah, Loftus-Cheek was brought on and then got taken off because of it, which was weird.
Listen, Loftus-Cheek needs to understand that Chelsea are going to keep disrespecting him for his whole life and just leave them, man.
Imagine coming on for 10 minutes and then coming off because you're not seen good enough to be one of the 11 taking a penalty. One of the 11, you know, because you'd think maybe you'd bring somebody off who might be like a bit, you know what I mean? Like, but he's like, yeah, like you're not even good enough for one of the 11. Like, yeah, get off. But
it's cool,
so Everton have just got that jammy win.
It's cool because Loftus-Cheek still developing as a player. What is he? 20 now?
Yeah. Hot prospect.
Yeah, 20 plus 7, Cal. Yeah, but
right. Yeah.
I saw someone tweet.
So I was going to say, it sounds like how you guys gassed up Jones. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, the guy who's actually 20, you mean? Loftus-Cheek's been 20 for about 6 years, Lee. It's a bit different.
Hold on, Lee.
I've been hearing a lot
Lee.
about Jones, man. I'm just
okay, at least you're going down fighting. Cool.
Yeah,
He did last week, man.
I'm
He did
saving it in
last
the memory
week.
bank, Cal. I'm saving it in the memory. Come on.
Oh,
Come
you
on.
know what I have, bro.
Yeah. Come on.
Listen, I always got a
Lee's
question,
on a Riddick
man.
bolting today. He's just
He
swinging,
always
bro.
got a question, man. He always got a question, man. He's got a question.
The thing is, I thought last week was the first show I've done with Lee, yeah, and from they just lost 3-0 to Tottenham, yeah, and he sent for City in the Champions League with no Champions League in the Arsenal cabinet. He sent for Liverpool and Salah, right? He was sending for Chelsea, and it's like, you know what? I know what it's about now.
You know what you always got to remember? You can't shoot the messenger, man. The message is there, but you can't shoot the messenger.
Just get the
man.
message right, bro.
The message is always correct, but it's just coming from the wrong person. But it's right, man. But we move.
Yeah. So Leeds got a win on the last day of the season away at Brentford, which in my opinion is mission impossible. I actually believe there's only 2 clubs Leeds could beat on the final day, and they're already down. Like, I genuinely do. Like, I think anybody above Watford, Leeds can't beat or get a point off of. And I mean that with no disrespect, because I want Leeds to stay up. Newcastle could do Burnley a favour. Burnley are at home to Newcastle on the final day. Newcastle, was somebody found out the other day, are smoking right now. They're a brilliant team. They do have their shit together, but they're away, so you never know. You know what I mean? The home crowd for Burnley could literally just suck the ball into the net, push the ball over the line, whatever you want to say, and get Burnley a win out of nowhere. Who knows? So it's going to be very interesting. But what's crazy is because Burnley got the draw today and they're level on points with Leeds, their goal difference is so superior that it would actually have to be a point for Leeds for them to go through. It doesn't matter even if Burnley lose now. Leeds have to win. And I just don't see Leeds getting anything from Brentford. So I'll start with you. I was going to start with you, George. Yeah, how are you feeling about Leeds?
I was literally just going to say, I think both games can finish a draw at the weekend. So it's going to come down to that goal difference, which is what it's like 20 difference between them or something like that. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to lose them, but I do think it will end up being Leeds now. I'd much rather Burnley go down because I don't want to see that again next season, but it is what it is. I think they're just going to narrowly escape it this time.
And you know what? We have to salute Ben Mee for that, you know. Real talk, because he has actually spun it round out of... I mean, he's already a better manager than Frank Lampard. Let me be very clear.
And Arteta, to be fair.
You know what, no?
I didn't say that. Lee, that wasn't me. Lee, that wasn't me. I come in peace, brother.
Okay, we're going to get into Conte. But I was going to ask
the God.
I know a lot of us, obviously, including me. I'm not really a Burnley fan, but don't we want to keep Burnley just for the diversity? I would rather actually get rid of Leeds because they do. No, but the diversity of playing football, different types of football. Like, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they don't support diversity, bro.
Nah.
Hey, listen.
The Black Burnley fan the other day.
Huh?
Did you see that
again, bro? Oh, yeah, I saw the image.
Yeah. There was a Black Burnley fan the other day. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on there.
I swear it went viral. I was like, what's the story?
Do you know what? I thought the joke was about the dance group diversity. That went straight over my head. My bad. Well, in that case, bring in
I'm talking about the actual play.
Well,
in that case, then bringing in Cornet in the summer.
I'm in a happy place, Cal. No, Cal, you know what it is? I'm in a happy place, so I'm not looking for negativity in it. So I'm like, what, you want them to dance? Yeah, cool, you know what I mean?
Drifty, you actually... No, you don't really. But I was going to say, do you look like the main guy in diversity?
Yeah.
I wish I had his money. I'll tell you that.
Amen.
I wish that. You know what? To be fair, I wish I could dance like him as well. He's actually cold still.
Yeah, he is still.
No, that journey for Burnley is horrific.
It is.
I do not want to do that again. It's a pain.
It is bad. But
we want Burnley to stay up, Lee. That's what you're saying, yeah?
No. I want them to go down. I was just thinking, you know how they talk about like, the diversity of all these like different teams, the way styles and all of these like different styles makes different fights and stuff like that. That was all I was thinking about. But to be honest, I actually don't mind Leeds going down as well because they do the same thing over and over again and they don't learn. They play the same way and they just keep doing the same kind of mistakes. And I know it sounds bad on KG, but I've got cousins in Leeds and they get on my nerves, so I want them to go down. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, KG, brother.
Oh, hello, ulterior motives. At first, did you see that? At first, Lee tried to be like political, like, it'll be good to have a different way of playing. And eventually the beast just came out and he's like, fuck my cousins, man. Fuck them, man.
He clearly likes playing devil's advocate. If we were all saying fuck a team, he's just going to stick up for them. But I'm not sticking up for them.
Look, Cal, we would want Leeds to stay up. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. One thing I will say though is since my boy Dyche has gone, the brand of football at Burnley has actually improved.
It is better, to be fair.
It has. In terms of, obviously Dyche is my guy in it, but it has improved. They've actually been playing good football.
Mike Jackson was actually doing really well with the with the youth team, and that's why they put him in charge temporary, innit? They might give him the job if he keeps them up.
I won't even go there.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Isn't it Ben Mee in charge at the moment?
No, it's Michael Jackson. Yeah.
It was both. It was both because Ben Mee was injured, or is he still injured? But he was injured to begin with. But
what's hilarious is Ben Mee was on the manager's bench tonight. Funny enough, though, he was sitting right next to them.
He's part of the management.
Yeah, he was to begin with.
He'll be available for the final game as well. We said so. He'll be playing in the last day. Yeah.
Arsenal should have given it to Partey.
You know what? I'm just ticking off. When we get to their segments, I'm just ticking off. Don't worry, man. I'm
keeping a tally.
Okay.
So on the real though, guys, what chance do Leeds have of being able to get a draw or win against Brentford? Brentford are a very good team. We got to be honest. We don't know what will happen to them next year, but this year, especially when Eriksen came in, they have become a very good team. They play very good football. Does anybody see any chance Leeds can get anything away at Brentford on the final day?
No, a draw at best, but even then, that might just be because Brentford are letting off the gas on the last day. But to be honest with you, they've been safe for a while and they've still been playing really well over the last couple of weeks. So it's going to be tough.
Not many teams have a better home atmosphere, George, as well than Brentford. Their home atmosphere is amazing. Last day of the season, they're going to want to win for the fans.
Yeah,
Leeds have gone in it. We got to be real in it. Leeds have gone in it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Who will take him first? Who's everyone taking? Let's get to the nooks and crannies.
No one.
Wait.
None.
Well, I mean,
actually, we are. No, we are actually. I think we are taking someone.
I heard you're getting Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, I think we are taking Calvin Phillips by the looks of it. Apparently.
Are you all right with that, Dabs? Is that a good move? Because he's basically replacing Fernandinho, then, right?
Yeah. So I mean,
are you all right with that? Is that a good move for you?
He hasn't really played this season because he's so injury prone. So I don't know.
Did I hear that Gundogan's going as well?
Nah, so Gundogan earlier in the week was spoken about that he's going, but he's had back injuries his whole time since he's been at City. And there's been reports the reason why he hasn't played as much this year is because it's getting worse. There was reports coming out he's leaving in the summer because he's got a year left on his contract. But then Pep came out and said he's confident he's going to stay because we do this thing with our older players where, like, if you look at it, 2017, Zabaleta was allowed to go on a free. 2018, Yaya went on a free. 2019, no. They're like one of our big players. Then Company, and every single year there's one. And this year it's Fernandinho. It would make sense next year Gundogan. So I think so. And the other thing is, when Fernandinho isn't fit, and if Rodri isn't fit, Gundogan's the cover. So to get rid of Gundogan and Fernandinho one summer and all that experience, I think would be a bit naive. So hopefully he stays. But Calvin Phillips, he looked good a season ago, but he's been so injured this year. I don't know. I can't see him. I can't see him pushing Rodri out of the team. That's for sure. We've
actually got footage of Guardiola's interview when he was talking about Gundogan.
Go on.
We cannot replace him. We cannot.
I swear to you, I was just about to say the same thing. Can we actually believe anything Pep says?
No, never.
Genuinely.
No, he's become a master at handling the press conferences. Seriously, just chat
Why
shit.
you're wrong, me, but a lot of what he says contradicts all of his actions, or a lot of his
100%.
actions.
I think he just gets bored, honestly. He just decides to make up something on the spot.
He's the
He used to
ultimate
get
villain.
rattled.
I keep on telling you guys.
I think he used to get rattled. The first couple of seasons, he got rattled a few times, yeah. And I think, and he clearly doesn't really like doing press conferences, but obviously, if you're a manager, you have to. And I think someone's just said to him, "Don't take him serious. Just go and have fun with it. Do a Cantona. Just say whatever the hell you want." So,
look,
I mean,
we're not going to get onto Guardiola just yet. We'll save that. You know, what I mean, we'll save that. So moving from relegation.
By the way, I'd take.
Yeah. I'll take him to put him in under 23 for a little while.
I'd load him straight back.
Oh, okay. I was going to say let him learn the Klopp system in the under 23s for a season. That might be a bit better, but.
No, that's harsh, man. He's better than the 23 level.
No, but he's only 19, right? So, like, he's got plenty of time on his hands. It's not like there's any rush to get him into the first team. Do you know what I mean? But I see what you mean as well. Like, maybe make sure he's our player and then loan him back. I don't think that's a bad thing either. I'm not gonna lie, the boy looks techie still. You know, the more Scousers, the better in our team as well. So, you know, what I mean, it is what it is.
Keep him.
What club is going to snap up Melia in goal? I feel like he's
do you know what? That's a good point, actually. You know, Leeds aren't even going to come back at this rate, are they? They're going to literally lose all the players that could possibly bring them straight back up.
What's going to happen with their manager?
He's going to start talking English instead of talking fake American.
But like, he's a project manager, innit? It was mental when they got him, but he's come in. He's probably still telling the team on Sunday, "Don't worry about the result. It's all about performances." Even like still, and it's like when they go down, is he really going to stay there and manage a project? And will he be able to handle?
He will.
Nah,
he was a terrible appointment. If I'm being quite honest with you,
Almost
you don't appoint a man who's never played Premier League football to try and save you from relegation. You don't go and do something stupid and bring in Sam Allardyce or something stupid like that. But you go and get a manager who has at least been around that. You go and get like Houghton or somebody. You know, that's someone who knows what they're doing in the league. Like, you don't go and get all right, Chris Houghton's the man still. Like, I can't believe he doesn't have another job, if I'm being honest.
I met him a couple months ago. He's the nicest guy you'll come across.
He comes across as the nicest guy.
The Houghton thing. I feel like those are always easy cop-outs. And again, it's just on a tangent, on a random thought. It's always these kind of lower, saving the day kind of jobs. I want Chris Houghton to get those kind of possible jobs and a chance at that. You like all the time he's trying, and then he's in a lose-lose. If he gets them relegated, like he didn't do his job. If he gets them promoted, he's only going to get 5 months and you're going to get sacked anyway. So no,
that is true. But when you think about it, though, bro, Leeds are a huge job if you get it right, though. Like, if Chris Houghton kept them up and then was back, that's a huge club. Do you know what I mean? To actually go and take to another level. I just think bringing in a manager who's never managed in the league was a really amateur decision from the board.
And the fact that he is a project manager, like, that's what he'll openly admit. He's not a results manager. He's a project manager. Like, you bring him in the summer, give them the whole summer to bring in us. You don't bring him in like February and say, save us from relegation. That's mental. But you know what? It's a bit like Leeds' board is showing naivety, like Everton's board have been shown for how many years? It's just, Everton did it again. Everton's board is probably the worst board in the Premier League, in my opinion. Just throwing money at everything.
I don't know how you spend £500 million and survive relegation with 1 day to go. So you're probably right there, bro.
They get worse the more they spend.
I wouldn't be surprised if they build that stadium and somehow the water leaks in and all of a sudden they get like a flooded pitch or whatever. They're just fucking.
No, that's Old Trafford leaks.
Though Everton will have to sell, won't they? Because aren't they like minus 32 away from like the financial fair play or something like that?
Well, that's Chelsea.
Yeah, apparently they could get a point deduction for next season because their situation is bad, isn't it? So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin are probably gone anyway, so they'll make the money back.
Richarlison to Arsenal is actually one of the biggest
Calvert-Lewin to Arsenal would suit more than Richarlison.
I heard Calvert-Lewin to Spurs today.
Yeah, but was that not what I said? Did I say Richarlison?
No, you said Richarlison, but Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, sorry,
I
meant Calvert-Lewin, sir. I meant Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin to Arsenal was actually like quite like hot in the rumourville. So
I can see.
I mean, moving on to those guys, we'll go into the top four in our race. Moving away from the relegation, it's going down to the last day, guys. Arsenal at home to Everton, who have just survived. I don't know whether that means Everton will play relaxed or whether, you know, who knows what that will mean. If there's something to play for, will they go harder? Obviously, we've got you guys away at Norwich, George. I'll be honest with you, and I'm not even saying this to take the piss. Norwich have actually picked up form in the last couple of weeks, and they don't look as dead as they did before. I don't think that game is as easy as everybody is saying it is. I'm not saying that Tottenham won't get a result.
To a dead Wolves team, like
I've got to stop you there, Drift. In the last 5, they've lost 4 and drawn 1.
Yeah,
no, has there been 2 draws in their last 2 games?
No, bro.
That's still not good form anyway. We only need a draw.
I could have sworn they had 2 draws in their last 2 games.
They got more L's than Snoop Dogg, bro. It's like...
Either way, it's looking likely that Tottenham are going to get the 4th spot here. But it's still not done. We still got to play that game, right? Like we have to play that game still. So I'm going to start with a team who are least likely to go through. I just want a little reflection on St. James's Park. Just a little bit, bro. Like just a little bit, because we haven't had a chance to speak. We haven't had a chance. I mean, I didn't know. I was seeing the black and the white, and I didn't know whether it was Newcastle or if it was Pete Juve that was playing. All I know is you know what I mean. You talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
Raw, back to the big screen, you know.
Get the popcorn ready.
I'll be honest. I will say, yeah, the top 4 is done. There should be no chat about top 4 race. It's finished.
Look, I'm the host, so I've got to play devil's advocate. I can't just come into this and act like things aren't possible. I can't just come into this and act like things aren't possible. I can't do it. Norwich at home, final day of the season. Might want to. It's their last Premier League game for God knows how long. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Who knows? I'm being serious. Who knows? I've seen Norwich beat Man City. Who knows, isn't it?
I'm noting what you're doing here. Anything's possible, so I'll remember that later.
Apart from that one, there isn't anything's possible in that one. We'll get there.
It's after 10, so I can say for definite that game's going on Pornhub, XXXT, all of them. It's going to be a madness. They're getting bent.
Tell us some other ones.
Norwich are getting bent over differently. It's going. It's finished. It's done. Like there's no.
This was great.
There's no.
Whoa. He's on them already. He's on there on his phone already.
I'm preparing. Got on speed now.
It's done. Like they finished it, man. They finished it. It's finished. Like,
but talk to me, bro, because I didn't know if it was Juventus or Newcastle the other day. Real talk.
I'm just saying as well. Part of the reason why we lost is
Juventus. I like that.
50. You messaged me about 6 days ago and said, even though we lost against Tottenham, we're gonna still get top 4. So I'm blaming you for this collapse. I'm blaming you for this collapse, brother.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought you would beat Newcastle. I did. I did. I thought you would beat Newcastle. I did.
Drifty in his messages again.
Isn't it? That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. All I'll say is, no, like all jokes aside, no, we bottled it. Like major bottle. I've been saying for a long time, even though we may not have the physical tiredness, a lot of our players are just mentally drained. And this is why, going back to Liverpool, you have to give them props. That mentality monsters. I've been saying it on the Friday night shows. I've been saying it. Yeah, like you guys you've got it. You've got that thing about you, and we just don't have it. We just crumbled, and it just didn't come off on the day. Like we knew what we had to do, and I think part of what has happened is a lot of our players have been getting into the whole social media hype of it all. Like seeing like the fans like kind of saying we need to do this, we need to do that. I think the players have been feeding into it, and they've been playing the occasion and not the game. Like, and I think Arteta's partly to blame for that as well. Like, I don't want to make this a Arteta in or Arteta out show, because at the end of the day, it's irrelevant what I think, because he's going to be here for the next 3 years. So it's pointless. It's pointless in me talking about that. Sorry. Hey, nah.
You know, when you get used to people's,
you know what it is? It's hard. It's hard to say. Like, it's mad because it's hard to say Arteta's this, he's rubbish, he's good, because part of it is like, if you actually deep our team from when we had it, no. I was just using them for that extra kind of like that ego boost, man. I was just using it for the ego boost. I had to feel that win again, man. But yeah, what I will say, it's hard though, man. It's hard because, you know, it's a mad one, because we've had players like bad squads. We've had with Staffy, we've had the Özil thing, we've had the Aubameyang thing, we've had issues with Pepe, he's not been his player. We've had the situation with Xhaka. We've had Mari coming in. We've had so many.
Lee, have you ever had a good squad?
Nah.
Apparently, I mean, when Coughlin was there, apparently it was.
Let me say. Nah. Let me tell you what, we're going through that Jay Spearing stage. We're going through that Jay Spearing stage.
Oh, they're trying it.
We're going through that Jay Spearing, and it's peak. It's so peak right now. It's so peak, man. It's peak, bro. It's peak. Man. There's not much.
You know he's got tears in his eyes.
But you know what it is, right? You know why it's peak? I tell you why it's peak is because we've got played some 4 managers, bro. It's like I could go on. We've got managers from 4 managers. We've got man there that just ain't about it. Like, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when you look at it, no, bro, we ain't got a good team, bro. We ain't got a good team right now. We're just dead, bro. We're dead. We don't deserve.
You're not dead, man. Calm down. Man.
And this is what I thought he was going to beat Newcastle, because Arsenal fans are very convincing. Like, I was told that Saka is a.
So we're Chelsea in the summer, though. No,
Chelsea fans are very convincing as well. But I'm seeing Saka having stats compared with Ronaldo with his age. And
I don't believe them. These things. Where? Show me this.
There is so many receipts on the internet, bro. Like, I'm not joking. My WhatsApp group is full of them, bro. If I could, I'd bring them up. Like, I'm just saying, like, all jokes aside, I genuinely did think you would beat Newcastle. When I thought Everton might be the only game you would struggle with.
You'd be manifesting that win. I don't want you. I want you to predict Arsenal loss every game next season.
Oh, there's no shame in my game. I wanted Arsenal to lose. That's 100% fact. There's no shame in my game. I wanted Tottenham to get it. But when Conte dropped the ball against Brighton, I thought it's Arsenal. I thought Arsenal. There's no way Arsenal lose 3 games in a row. Tottenham take the lead. And then Tottenham bottled the game against Brighton as well, and Arsenal get the lead back. And I did at that point think Conte is going to actually do the first failure he's done in terms of his objectives as a manager.
I said myself after the Brighton and Brentford one that I think we're out of the race again. I've said that about 17 times this season, but I was like, with only like 3 games to go, like that was it.
It's mad because it's hard to be a fan, because if you say that they're going to get it.
Oh yeah, this was the one now though. When the older guard oh my God.
This is the real point. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. And
Odegaard to Bergkamp.
No. It wasn't Odegaard.
Was it Smith Rowe?
Yeah, Odegaard.
It wasn't Odegaard. And
it was, bro. I heard it with my own ears, bro. It was Odegaard has Bergkamp vibes. I said, Lord, give me strength. I'm not hearing this right. The best number 10 in world football of all time. Odegaard. What?
A lot of Arsenal fans, we overrate our players. And I've been saying this for a long, long time. I don't rate ESR. For me, I believe that ESR has too many lows in a game. ESR, he's a good player, but nothing special. If he was playing for Southampton, I would not be bothered. I wouldn't look at him twice. The only reason why is because he's a Highland boy that plays for Arsenal. He scored 11 goals so far. Now, the same thing what I moan about Salah. I do not believe goals and assists make a player grow. And this is the issue that I have had for Salah. And again, it's nothing personal. It's just what I believe and what I like as a football player. When I see ESR, he's too low in a game. There's not enough moments. There are times when he doesn't touch the ball for 4 or 5 minutes. Being a creative player, that's not good enough. You look at Naby Keita, and look, I know sometimes people mugging him off saying this and that, but he's involved in the game. The problem that people don't like about him is that he makes mistakes, but he's still getting involved. You know what I mean? So when we have players in our team like the Ben Whites, and again, it's not a shade on him because I think he's done well. It's more about just some of our players are so overrated. I think the issue that I've got is with us not getting top 4 is that we've bottled it, and Tottenham are just not. No, like again, I'm not going to send it now. Like I'm not going to sit here and take the slander saying he's shit. Like, I'm not going to say that, but what I'm saying is he's just overrated.
Do you know what though? And this is the thing that I think there's a good point in there. Yeah, that it might be like your fans are doing this. Your fans are doing
every
this
year.
to them. Like when they get on someone, and you know what? When you were just talking about like there's moments when he doesn't touch the ball enough yet. So That was what I loved about like David Silva's numbers. I don't think they will blow anyone out the water, but I used to love how he would float around the pitch. If anyone needed an outlet, he was there. Give him the ball. He might pass it straight back to you, but he's just drawn 3 men onto him and given you the ball back. Now, the first time I ever watched Phil Foden when we were touring America, and someone had done every single Foden touch, and I watched him and was like, "Rah, that's his first game with our like first 11." And he was doing exactly the same thing, just floating around the pitch, wanting the ball. And it wasn't no amazing passes or nothing. It was just constantly touches. And I just think with a lot of your players, your fan base, not even with your players, it's with your whole club. Your fan base just overhype it too early. And I still believe Arteta is doing the right thing because he's changed your board's mentality. And I think that at any club is the biggest thing.
No, you know, Cal, I'll bring you in one sec, Cal, but just before I forget, you see this ESR thing? I'm not going to lie to you, Lee. I actually think ESR has actually got more variation to his game than Saka, and I think he's more naturally gifted than Saka. I just think Saka looks more exciting, which is the reason why maybe people lean towards Saka. If I'm being honest, I think Arteta isn't playing a brand of football that suits the way Smith Rowe plays. That's my personal opinion.
What I will say again, no, part of that is possibly well. I don't actually, to be honest, I don't think any of that really is correct. But what I will say is, it's really no. But
I know Saka's you lot's like whatever we call him. Like
it's not a shade. You know, it's not a shade. I'm just saying more because of like for me, what I see is I don't look at Saka as being like an inconsistent. Well, he's been inconsistent recently, but he's not a one-trick pony. That's what I mean to say. He's very, very versatile. He's a very, very good player. And again, I just think it's partly for him, it's exhaustion. But what I was going to say, what I was going to say is a lot of it has to do, and again, it feels like I'm making excuses, is the lack of striker that we have. Everything from the defense to that final third gets broken down because we have no striker. And it's so difficult to kind
of. And K is 4 and 6, though, Lee.
Yeah, but we can't do this because we've been doing this about Firmino when he scores a goal, or we will do this about a Nacho when he's goes in a purple patch, or we go through Son when he goes through loads of like we can't do that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, he is not the standard. Name out your motherfucking. It's facts, man.
Oh, man.
At the end of the day, we've got players that are firstly overhyped, but we've also got such a void in that striker position that it's just it's difficult. And again, it's not an excuse because I've come here. I said, look, we bottled it. The manager has to take fault. But I mean, what my last part I'm going to say is, at the end of the day, I do think in next season is a big season for Arteta. Like, it's either he gets us top 4 and he does something better than what he's doing now, or he has to go. Like, that's the first thing I've got to say, because it's going to come to a loggerhead, because now this will be his 3rd full season. He would have all his players, and the last point will be he will have that striker or 2 strikers that he needs. So there's no excuses for him now. So either way, something's going to come. Something's going to come to the fore.
You know, before I bring George in, we have got some super chats, Cal. So let's get through them because I don't want to get off topic before the super chats come through.
Chris says, Everton fans stormed the pitch for surviving relegation. LMAO. Yeah, it's what they do down on that side.
That's their level, bro.
Do you remember doing that when you survived relegation as well?
But did we survive relegation? We went down. To be fair, we went down twice, bro. So I remember that.
DJ said, "Big up, guys. When are you going to discuss Gerrard's underwhelming time with Villa, especially with the squad? Lee, you Arsenal fans deserve this. So deluded."
I'm not
speaking about Gerrard after Sunday.
I'm definitely not speaking on Gerrard. Not today.
Mario says, "I saw Matt in a balaclava with a couple of bouncers at Man City training ground today." I guess that explains his absence. Matt is unwell. Yeah, Matt is unwell.
Sure, convenient.
Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, isn't it? Bajan Barnes says, "So wait, Lee, you Arsenal fans going to put the Champions League video that came out into the archives and ponder what could have been learners?"
There's always next year.
How did the song go again, Lee?
There's always next year.
They've got some nice shirt. Apparently,
does anyone remember the song that they were singing when they beat was it Leeds?
North London forever.
Hey, you man from Greenwich, though.
Says the South London team.
Spurs might do it on Sunday when they get top 4. So
no, but I've heard. Have you seen Arsenal's new shirts? Because apparently they're pretty good. So,
bro, have they even done anything? I saw it today and I was like, isn't that the same shirt they're wearing this season?
Added a collar, right?
The time is always perfect.
Oh my God. What is that? Because you'll be going raving after every game to drown your sorrows. What's the collar for? Like,
nah. We're gonna do your team next season.
Oh God, it's already started. And
your team.
You know how like you know how like if maybe Man City had a bad result, they would announce Haaland, or if like Man U had a bad result, they announce a new manager. Arsenal just announced another kit. Not good.
I'm not gonna lie, you Arsenal fans do lap up the kit still. It must be the London thing because London's a fashion capital, so everyone loves swag in London.
Lapping up, bro? What else they lapping up? Sorry, I digress.
How many years were you not in the Champions League for?
All right. Hold on.
No shade. I'm asking because I want to know like how what the situation was. Like,
He wants the ammunition ready for another.
I thought he was talking to me then. But...
No. Was it 4 years?
The 14-15 season we're in the Champions League. We missed out 15-16 and 16-17, and we're back in for 17-18.
So you lost before that though. You were out for what? 3? Is it 3 years you were out before that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 years. Yeah.
Leicester,
Lee, I'm sorry, Lee. You tried this last week.
No, Daps, I've got this, bro.
No. Some of our teams just need to calm down and not talk about Champions League.
I didn't know.
I can't be in any panel show with any other Premier League team and somebody tries to throw Champions League shade. It makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense, bro.
Champions League is Bayern Munich and Real Madrid.
AC Milan and Real Madrid. That's it.
Kind of like you, man, in Premier Leagues until the other week.
Okay. Is that because the name change makes a difference?
Yeah, I knew you'd say that.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you know.
It's an uncomfortable conversation, though. It's an uncomfortable conversation.
So we don't want to talk about Division 1 titles. Is that what we're saying?
Look, if we're talking about the name change and all that, Arsenal don't have any Premier Leagues. Is that what we want to do? Do we want to talk about name changes?
No, they do. They do have Premier League.
No, they don't, because it was the Barclays Premier League when they won it, bro.
Oh, right.
It's still a name change, right?
You win. Shane.
That's low. That's low. Come on.
Look, if we want to talk about name changes, we'll talk about name changes. It is what it is, right?
But the Barclays Premier League and League One title are 2 completely different names.
No, it's the same thing, bro. It's still winning the top division in England. It's the same thing.
Way that the Carling Cup was way better than the Carabao Cup.
Oh,
there we go.
2012, conveniently.
That's all I've got. I'll let you go talk about trophies. I'll sit back and
Math says learner drivers can only drive with a driver who's had their license for more than 3 years. DVLA. How long has Arteta been managing?
Man said he's not even allowed in a car by himself.
Maths.
He can't even. If the keys are in the ignition, he's getting charged. He can't even be in the driver's seat with the key in the ignition.
Jamrock says Arsenal can just become football cucks and loan their players to Champions League teams and watch them win a Champions League trophy. They might enjoy being that close to success.
Listen, let me tell you something. Yeah, you know this Saka, it's gonna be real peak this summer because he's got a contract to sign. Otherwise, it might be au revoir for him, man. It might be au revoir. Yeah.
Any Sol Campbell situations about no?
Anyhow, Saka arrives at Anfield, Lee.
Hey, can you imagine Conte taking Saka and making him left wing back?
I'd take
Conte can do wonders, man.
I'd take him as a left back. This is the reason why I think Saka is better than Smith Rowe, because the fact that he can play left back and then play.
That's true. That's true. He can play 2 different positions.
His IQ is proper, man.
Yeah,
I can actually see Conte making him into a brilliant left full back. I'm not even
Saka and Emerson wing backs. What a team that is, man! Unbelievable.
Pimp in the stress says prices. Lee, have you ever had a good squad? I'm not gonna. That caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but we know that's stupid to say though.
Hotel says, "How is Minamino our top goal scorer in FA Cup and didn't get a winners medal? He deserves more respect."
Oh, that's mad.
I think he did get a winners medal, to be honest.
I don't know if he did, but he never went up though, which was a bit weird.
Surely he does though, right? Like
This comment right here, because all season we've been thinking, like I'm really disappointed because any other year for like the last however many years, an Amazon documentary on Arsenal would have been sensational. I was thinking it's going to be really shit, but like any good like Netflix thing, the last couple of episodes are going to be fucking sensational.
Unless you're watching
the Red Wedding vibes.
Oh,
it's definitely interesting.
That Amazon series in the summer is about to be wild. Arsenal, the gift that keeps on giving.
I can't wait for it. I'm not going to lie. Go to, bro.
So, Arsenal Football Club, the Learners. North London Learners, as we call them. Yeah, I'm gonna go from back to front. Pause. Yeah, all right. So
that can go on OnlyFans as well. To be fair,
Ramsdale got nothing bad to say about. In fact, I hold my hands up and I say I was wrong on Ramsdale. He's proven me wrong. He's a very good goalkeeper.
Oh, are we sure?
Cow. If you're gonna start, then I thought you was gonna spit facts, bro. I thought he was gonna spit facts, bro.
I was gonna say yes.
No, let me land.
I thought he was gonna spit facts.
Lloris
Ramsdale is gonna do a Scooby Doo, bro, and it's really flipping. What's the Almunia, bro? Like real talk. Wait for it. Wait for it, bro.
Man, that's crazy.
Ramsdale's been very good this season, but he does do some Hollywood unnecessary things. But that will get coached out of him, I believe, by another manager.
He was good,
but
he's also been shaky under pressure.
Better than Pickford.
Nah,
yeah,
come on. Man.
Ramsdale's bar was set so low. We think he's good because we thought he was going to be terrible.
You know what though? Like again, you know what it is. Yeah, it's the fact that he doesn't look fashionable. Now, what I will say is, for Arsenal fans, we like him because he feeds into that fan hysteria and he plays to the fans. All rival fans, well, I say rivals, fans that don't like him, or just because that they will be cheering when we win, or we like do all these other things. And I've heard all this rhetoric around what has he done? He should be quiet and do. But that's the personality of a footballer. You can't judge someone's personality and say they're this or they're that. Is he putting in match winning performances? Yes. Has he made some very, very good, close to world-class saves? Yes. If Alisson did that, you would all be wanking over him.
No, but Lee, here's the thing. I'm not going to lie. Mignolet has made world-class saves, but it doesn't make him a good goalkeeper.
Yes,
I've just got to keep it a buck, bro. I even saw flipping Carriers make world-class saves, but he's not a good goalkeeper.
Nah.
That's hard. That's disingenuous.
Not to the regularity of what Ramsdale does.
Look, when a goalie's getting peppered, right? It's very easy to look good because, like, you're constantly doing stuff. Mignolet, that's why we bought Mignolet. Cal, ain't that why we bought Mignolet, Cal? At Sunderland, Mignolet looked like a proper goalkeeper, right? Because he was always busy, bro. Ramsdale is a standard goalie. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. He's a standard goalkeeper.
It might just be because of his age, though. But when it's come to crunch time the last few weeks, he's looked very, very, very shaky.
Yeah. I can say let's say the last month. Yeah, let's say I'll give you the last month. But come on, man, you can't judge that over our whole season because then we're picking up points of when Trent's done bad defending, but he's not a bad defender. You can't do that. Come on.
No, that's not what I'm doing, bro. I'm just saying. I think Ramsdale is a decent goalkeeper, but I think because the expectation was so low, we were like surprised when he played well. But I'm not being disrespectful. I think he is a standard goalie, and eventually you lot will realise Leno had a brilliant first season for you lot, Lee. And then you realise he ain't that good. And everybody warned you before you bought him. Ramsdale's going to end up exactly the same as Leno. In fact, Leno is probably a better goalie than Ramsdale.
No, he's not.
I disagree, man.
All right, fair enough. You lot will see anyway.
Tomiyasu.
But anyway, to go back, Cal.
Tomiyasu was compared to Trent. I'm just going to leave that there. Ben White, again, another player who I think is a good player. He needs a leader next to him. Very shaky. Gabriel, the only thing he's done this season is replenish his hairline. How he's done it so quickly, God only knows. But that's the only thing he's done this season. He's as inconsistent as I've seen. Left back, Tierney, he's as injured as it gets.
He's better than Robbo, apparently, don't remember.
Oh, yeah, he's better than Robbo. Who isn't, though, isn't it?
I heard
Honest.
I heard Tavares, when he come in, was an athlete. He was an attacking threat. once again, I ain't
He's
gonna
just
say
a dog
nothing,
lover,
bro.
bro. That's all.
Thomas
Shout out the
Partey.
cats as well, by the
You
way.
know what though? Like, I know we're talking about our players, but can I just ask one question, just really, really quickly?
Go for it.
Isn't this all very convenient because of what's happened in the last 2
I've been
weeks?
saying it for ages.
Okay, no, you're right, but now everyone can dump on Arsenal now, but it's because we're fifth. But if we'd got fourth, nobody would be coming out with the vim, or with the sort of anger.
We'd be dumping on George if you'd got four. The cookie crumbles, bro.
So what we do? So what we doing here? Are we going to be?
Yeah,
honest, or are we going to say like? I'll just.
Players like Chicken Royale would have been getting toasted right now if you'd have got four. Like it's just real, bro. Young, what a letdown!
The point is, it has happened, and it's because of the players as to why you haven't got.
Yeah, but objectively, things can happen. And again, I'm not even sitting here saying, "Oh, this is excuse or that, and this is an excuse or what that's an excuse." It is what it is. Like, but you can't objectively, you can't say that these players are this and that. Overall, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, Arsenal have actually had an okay season. Yes, we fell short of the lot in the last month or the last 2-3 weeks, but overall, you can't sit here and say, "Oh, like well, these players are not good." And
this is where I'm going to throw context to it, Lee. Check it, yeah. The teams you're competing with, Manchester United went into the season knowing that Ollie wasn't the right guy, swapped manager, and brought in Ragnick, who they knew wasn't going to be the manager, was going to be the technical director or whatever he's going to be. He's going to be doing some part-time business. Yeah, so that was one of your rivals. Tottenham went into the season knowing Kane wanted to leave in the summer, knowing that Nuno wasn't the guy, and then had to change manager midway through. Man United had Champions League, Tottenham had Conference League. You guys spent the most money in the summer.
Which doesn't matter, but okay.
No, it does. Of course it matters. Then you have one game a week, and you went out in early in the cups, apart from the League Cup where we dealt with you at the Emirates. And then you also have, quote unquote, the most settled back room in terms of Arteta, etc. And you still didn't get the job done. It's weak, bro. Okay, and not on top of that. How do you go and give someone a pay rise before you go and give them an appraisal?
This is that. Let's talk about the players themselves. They have bottled the last month. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some people are going on, this player's crap, that player's crap.
Your manager bottled it.
Yeah, okay, no. As well as the players have to take responsibility.
You even learned from Pep to itch his head during the game. Did you see it? All game, it was just like
you can't just start saying, "Oh, Gabriel's played crap or what all season," or Tierney's crap, because they've had more good games and they've had bad games. It's just unfortunate that for the last 2-3 weeks, because then what are we going to say? It's
not the last just 2-3 weeks though, because it's the fact that as well every team around you guys, so that's us, Man U. Who else would you include in that? West Ham. Every single team that's sort of in that position fighting for that fourth, all of us have gone through like 3 games in a row we've lost, 3 games in a row we've won, or back and forth. We did a 11-game win-loss streak. We also lost 3 in a row. You guys lost 3 in a row before. It's not just the last month. Every single team in our sort of position has had this mad inconsistency.
George, let's just keep it real. We're not good. You're not good. That's just nooks and crannies of it. That's the basic flaw of it. All that matters is that you're going to.
Man United aren't good either. Yeah, you're right.
They're much worse.
The fourth place team is just going to be the best out of all the crap teams, basically. So all I'm going off is I can't just sit here and just have people justify saying that Arsenal players aren't as good. And I'm going to take the L because we're not going to get top 4. But I'm not going to sit here and say, Arsenal players aren't well because of the last 3 weeks, because that's when we've bottled it. We were in a position where I think we could have been 6 points ahead or whatever it is, and then we lost to Brighton and we lost to Southampton when you beat, I think, 2 teams or 3 teams in a row. At the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say these players are crap. I'm going to say the manager needs to take responsibilities. I'm going to say the players have bottled it, because if that's we're taking a minute part of the season and taking it over for everything, which I don't believe.
No, Lee, let me tell you what it is, Lee. Yeah, I don't know if the rest of the panel agree with me on this, but I swear down, bro. And I'm not talking to you. You're just the representative. So you're unfortunately the guy who answered the customer service. Hello, welcome to and we've just got a complaint right now. You're the one who's got to get it. Arsenal fans talk the most shit I've ever heard in the history of football, bro. If you really deep the scenario, even the Man United fans piped down when they realized their team was dead. Tottenham fans always have realism within their situation. Arsenal fans just continually, bro, talk shit. They come for you. Arsenal fans are the first man to holler at me when Liverpool get a bad result. I'm like, where's your self-awareness, bro? Like, it is crazy, bro, how much shit Arsenal fans talk. And some of my favorite people in the world are Arsenal fans. So I know you're good people, but your football knowledge is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, and again, I agree.
It's ridiculous, bro.
I believe that our players are overhyped. I do. I think Partey's overhyped. I think
by who though, bro? Who are they overhyped by? You lot. They're overhyped by you lot, bro.
I'm talking about the Arsenal fans. I'm talking about the Arsenal fans. I'm talking about. I think Martinelli's overhyped. I think Gabriel's overhyped. But they're not crap players. This is my point. All I'm saying is, you can't dump on the players and say, because we've actually done what we set out to achieve. And again, that's not good enough because we were in a position and we bottled it. There's no way around it. We bottled it. We bottled the top league. We bottled the top four, and that's it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say that these players aren't as good as as people are sort of alluding to. Like I'm not going to go with that, because what then we will do is we've got to start picking up every single performance and say, oh well, like he's done this bad or he's done that bad. But look at so is Kane not good because what he's not scored? Come on, man, we can't do that, man.
Bad example, Lee.
We can't
just
do that.
I just had a quick question on that. Don't you, I'm just wondering, like, are you not worried that even if they are like good players, but obviously they've been massively overhyped by you guys, aren't you worried that the players are sort of going to get lost in the hypes, considering how young a lot of them are as well, like your Martinelli, your Saka, your Smith-Rowe, and then eventually either aren't going to perform for Arsenal or they're going to look elsewhere, especially if they don't sign new contracts.
And you know what, George? Look at the last player who was really hyped up as a youngster, Rashford. Look what's happened.
Okay,
so Rashford was getting that Saka hype 2-3 years ago. Let's keep it a buck. Rashford was the Saka before Saka. So. Yeah, maybe even more. And look what's happened to him. Like, you've got to let the young players develop and just play, man. You can't gas them up like that. It would just end badly. It's just real, bro.
What he's done with Foden. You have to rate Pep for what he's done with Foden.
And that's the thing.
You do. Foden's actually the only one coming out the other end as he went in. The hype was there, and he's the only one who's come out the other end, and he might even be better than the hype. Like Foden, he might actually be even better than the hype. So it's crazy. It's crazy
as well. You're right. A lot of even going back to George's questions, the first thing is, yes, some of the players might decide to leave because why would they stick around? Like, what's the point? We're just coasting. We're coasting around between 8th and 5th, not even 4th anymore. That's the first thing. But the second thing is, more importantly, I just look at it and I'm like, well, the problem is that all of our good players are the young players, or relatively good players are young players, and they're shouldering all the responsibility. And they know that if they don't perform, no one's taking their place. Pepe is never taking Saka's place ever. There's no way around it. So that's another thing. So like they're taking all the brunt of everything. So when Xhaka came out and made those comments, whether they're right or wrong, it's just hard to hear it from him because he's been so poor for the last, I don't know, like 5 years. Do you know what I mean? So like that's the point. So again, I do think a lot of it has come down to that mental fatigue. And as we all know, mental fatigue is a lot worse than that physical fatigue. And even the other day, Fabinho, I think, came out and spoke about like how tired all the players are. But you can push through because the physical tiredness, you're fine because you're winning. But if you were losing and playing all these games, do you know what I mean? It swings and roundabouts, man.
That is true.
It is swings and roundabouts.
I don't want to leave you boys out, George. So obviously, before we move on, like Tottenham, man, it's not inconceivable you were going to get top 4 with about 4 games to go, but it did look unlikely. And credit to Toby as well. Big up Tobes, because Tobes literally said, you know what, we're going to beat you in the North London derby, and then you're going to bottle one of the games against Newcastle and Everton. Like, he actually said this about maybe 3 weeks ago, and everybody laughed at him. Like, everyone was like, oh, whatever, because at that point, Arsenal did look nailed on. And it actually happened. And I think the way you beat them might even be why they lost to Newcastle. If it had been like a really close 3-2 win for you guys, they probably would have went to Newcastle with a little bit of, we lost that game, but let's go. I do actually think it's the way you actually battered them in the North London derby that just demoralised them. So talk to me about Spurs and the fact that you probably will be getting it, bro. How you feeling?
No, I said that on the day as well. I think I tweeted it saying that I didn't want to just beat Arsenal. I actually wanted to embarrass them because, like you said, I think that was what would help the next games. And I think for me, that was the best atmosphere I've seen in the new stadium for us. And I think that helped big time sort of just strike that fear into that very sort of young and inexperienced team that Arsenal have. And then the same thing, it's unfortunate for them that they had to follow that up with St. James's Park, which is on its day one of the best like stadiums in terms of like home crowd, like backing their team and stuff. So I think it just sort of showed the inexperience in the Arsenal side, and it's helped us big time because of that. But yeah, I think just the Champions League was, it wasn't necessarily important for Levy to back Conte, because I do honestly believe that this is sort of the summer that he would do it regardless. And the way that Conte was talking in the press conferences before the Arsenal game made it sound like he was sticking with us anyway, no matter what, whether it was Europa League or Champions League. The difference this time is just Champions League will allow us to be able to attract that better player, that slightly better player. We've already got all the other elements to it, players, stadium, whatever, all the standard stuff. But that Champions League makes a huge, huge difference in terms of which players actually want to come to Spurs. So yeah, it's an exciting summer for once for a Spurs fan.
I just say though, yeah, and I'm calling it now. Bookmark this date, everybody. I think it's going to come crumbling down next season. That I'm just saying that.
Why though? What would you think is going to be the?
I just look at Conte and I look at his league title when he won it in England, and if you go back and look at it, I'm not rating him as a manager in England. My personal opinion. That's my personal opinion.
Right. That's a bit
Italy,
wild.
How though?
Italy, the Juventus, they would have fallen giant, and it was a lot easier. It wasn't easy, but it was a lot easier because of that. And I just think that he's a very explosive manager, and the players that he's going to want to have, he's going to need to spend 300 million for your squad, and you're not going to get that for me. So for me, I just look at it and I'm just saying, just bookmark it. I'm going to leave it there.
I'm not going to lie, Lee. I think Conte's got 6 titles in 9 years or something like that. That's kind of a mad take what you just did there. Still, I'm not going to lie.
He was with Juventus, who were walking the league before he even got there. Yeah, so that's one.
Inter Milan warfare for a good decade.
No, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta give credit to Conte. He kind of brought Juve back. They were actually kind of dead before he took them up.
And last dominated for 3 or 4 years, 5
Chelsea. And now look at them. Look at what they did this week. So I'm just saying to you, look.
Yeah, but I think just very quickly on the I don't think it's not going to be 300 million, because he's not a Mourinho in the sense he's demanding in terms of what play he wants, but he doesn't always go for the massive player that's going to cost 100 million. Look at the players that he brought in for every single team. Moses, Ashley Young, like these players went for nothing and are all like 30 years old, maybe at their peaks, and he's turned them into winners. He hasn't bought necessarily ready-made 100 million forwards or this, that, and the other. He turned Lukaku into 100 million forward and like got the best out of him. Look at him at Chelsea this season. So I don't think he needs like loads of money. I think he just needs the right players that will just do the dirty work for him.
Go on, Cal. You want to say something, bro?
Conte,
you'd if he was going.
Yeah, so Daps, you're on mute, bro. So, but yeah, go on.
He showed it in January, didn't he, with the 2 signings?
Yes.
They were all apparently Juventus.
Very unfashionable signings, and look how good they turned.
Shall I tell you with Conte? And look, I'll be real with you. Arsenal getting top 4 would have actually been easier for rival fans. You see, if Tottenham get top 4 and Conte gets 75% of the players he wants in the summer, don't think Spurs are going to become a massive problem, you know.
Cal, have you got my notes? Because that's the question I was going to ask. Like,
we won't be in Champions League if we won't be in Champions League.
Have we been cheering on Tottenham for the joke of the banter, but not realizing he could turn Tottenham into an absolute GT?
I couldn't go for a summer of Arsenal screaming about top. I couldn't. So God, thank you. You think when you come through to me again? Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I think Tottenham need a new goalkeeper. Yeah, but again, I don't think it's going to cost a lot.
Burnley go down easy.
We've guaranteed Sam Johnson free as a backup.
Well, there you go.
Sam Johnson, on a free. Right back, they'll probably go and get Spence for 15 million max, probably. That sorts them out for right back. Left back, Reguilon.
I
maybe
think
he can do another season, maybe.
I think he's selling Reguilon, keeping Session because he likes him more, and we're looking at Kostic and a few other players as well.
All right then. Kostic, again, that's going to be a cheap, maybe a 12, 13 million. Maybe one other centre-back. Don't know who's going to go for, but again, it won't break the bank. Midfield, maybe they can survive midfield
Ericsson
for maybe up
for
until
free.
January. Ericsson on a free. There it is again.
That Barlow on a free.
Conte knows.
He's not going to Spurs. He's not going to Spurs.
Dybala's going to Inter or Roma. He won't leave.
Oh, well, if he goes in there, that might be because Lautaro's going Spurs then.
I told him we'll spend the big money on a forward and a centre back as well. We'll spend the money.
Conte at Spurs in the Champions League with a backing is a major problem. The guy is a serial winner.
I'm sorry, I totally disagree, man. I 100% disagree. But look,
I think it's just the Arsenal you're talking, to be honest with you.
No. You see what it is? I'm not talking about the Spurs team. I'm talking about the manager. All
right. Lead in. Let me swap
it. If anything, it should be the other way around. Like,
let's say the last 4 games of the season. Let's say the last 4 games of the season haven't been played right now. If you could pick between having Arteta or Conte as manager to get you over the line, who are you picking?
Come on. That's a silly question because he's a new manager, so that you can't. But I'll give me another manager, and I'll say I'll give me another option.
But that's my point, no, Lee.
Brendan Rodgers or Conte?
Brendan Rodgers, I would take him. For
what? The man that's bottled Champions League for 2 years in a row. Like the Champions League.
This is a Brendan, bruv. I don't call
guys, look. If we want to talk about Conte, I think we've got the perfect guy to talk about him, right, Cal?
Yeah. Indeed, we have bringing him through now.
Personal,
man, like Mr. Lewis.
Oh no! Look at it! Look at
that. A man said Brendan Rodgers over Conte. Sorry, well, what am I hearing?
What are we hearing?
I just think he's. Wow. I just think, for me personally speaking, like, I'm not saying he's a crap manager. I'm just saying, for me personally, the jury's still out, and I just feel like he's easily rattled. And you've seen them
only because his standards are so high, and rightly so. He's a serial winner.
Is it going to be going at Tottenham? Is it going to happen at Tottenham? Are the standards going to raise?
If it isn't, Conte will be the first to go.
Okay, let's see. Look, all I've said is let's see. Let's see. Like, I just want to see.
I'm gonna be.
Welcome to the show, Lewis. What's going on, bro?
I'm all good, man. Like, even Chelsea playing like dog shit for 90 minutes isn't gonna ruin my week. It's been an amazing week following football. Arsenal in the mud, as per usual. Tottenham probably not in the mud yet, unless they really bottle it against Norwich. But yeah, we got 3rd place secured. No, we don't need to talk about the cup final, but big up the Chelsea women's for restoring pride to the Chelsea name as per usual, because obviously the men's team isn't going to do it. But yeah, Man City women they beat, right? What was that?
Was it Man City women they beat, right?
It was Man City.
Yeah, Man City in another final, but
I'm not even gonna lie, the Chelsea women look cold still. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, for years they've been shitting on the men's side. For years, at least they're the serial winners. Other ones we got are fucking pretenders, but we move.
Yeah, Chelsea women are cold. I'm not gonna lie, like they're just collecting medals and doing
I honestly
all kind
think
of
their
magic.
manager, their women's team's manager, could honestly probably have done a better job at Everton than Frank Lampard, and I'm not.
Super Frank's just kept them up. The best manager in Merseyside. That wasn't his job. His job was to get him 10th or something.
He put them in that situation.
No. That was what's his name? The Spanish brother we don't talk about, but it's cool.
That was an inside job, bro. That was a Lampard somehow managed to save him. I can't believe it.
That's why we call him Super Frank, bro.
I think you'll find apparently Dele Alli came on and changed the game, so he has kept them up.
Oh my days,
Fabian Delph. I'm taking Fabian Delph. I'll take Fabian Delph.
Hey, Delph's actually a decent baller still.
He is.
But Lewis, talk to me, bro. I mean, obviously, you're disappointed with the loss, but in general, how you feeling about Chelsea finishing 3rd the whole season, losing the cup final? How you feeling, bro?
It was the minimum requirement that we asked from Chelsea, and the fact that we've just crawled over the line off the fact of Arsenal with the biggest bottle job I've seen in recent history, and just literally playing like shit for the last 4 months. It's like whatever. But the cup final, I already told you, I weren't confident. I was proven correct. And we just move on that front. I'm not depressed by it. We didn't get battered. Penalties is penalties. It's whatever.
The minimum requirement is 3rd with £100 million spent and £250 million last season with Tommy Tuchel.
How much did Arsenal spend with no Champions League football, my friend?
I think we need to start calling him tomfoolery Tuchel. That's what we need to start calling him.
Yeah, the only tomfoolery manager is the one that's my Avi right now.
What we doing here? What we doing here? No. Again, don't shoot the messenger. What are we doing here right now?
I'm not shooting the messenger. I'm shooting Arsenal down because there is no way you're coming with Vim this week.
Okay. But we're now on Chelsea. So now let's talk about Chelsea. So what we saying? How do we get from £100 million spent on Lukaku? You got the golden boy of the whole of England in Mason Mount. You got the golden boy of Germany. You got Werner, who you stole from Liverpool. Yeah, and that was a win for you. That was a W, right?
We can offer them back.
Okay, all right. And then you've got Rudiger. You've got third place best player in the world in Jorginho. You got Reece James, who's better than Trent. You got Ben Chilwell, who's Ballon d'Or as well, come contender. So how
hasn't played since November, but yeah.
How are we getting away with this? What are we doing here?
Well, what do you mean? The third best team in the league finished third.
Oh my god!
Like, I don't really know what to tell you about it. Our attack wasn't good enough to come near to the likes of Liverpool.
Man United the best,
and we don't make as many chances as Liverpool and City. It's as simple as that. Third place is the right position for us. The only thing that we needed to do was close the gap on Liverpool and City, and we didn't do that. And that's why I'm disappointed with the team for this season. But it's obvious why. Shit attack, injuries in key areas where we had most of our creativity coming out, all the shit going on behind the scenes at Chelsea Football Club, and these fuckers going straight to the beach after getting knocked out of Real Madrid. It's as simple as that.
So whose fault is that they've gone to the beach? Whose fault is that?
It's the players.
Okay.
They're the ones that decided.
I'm going to come to Lewis.
But if we're going to ask the blame, who's to blame for Arsenal's collapse? Because top four was doing it. You guys, no Champions League football, money spent in the right areas. Your players with 1 week of rest basically every week per season. Move the North London derby form off the back of COVID cases, and you lot still bottle top four with no European football. How is that possible?
We can do this all day long, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna have to answer for your crimes. You're still gonna.
But you're not even answering for your crimes.
We've had a whole 40-minute dissect of it.
I haven't heard anything of it, so I'm coming with a fresh mind and I need fresh answers.
I need fresh answers, you know. All right, so I'm just going to go around it quickly to bring a little bit of order into it because I know the Chelsea Arsenal team could get a little heated in. Like, if we look at the way that they were supposed to do at the beginning and then based on what they've ended up with, and Thomas Tuchel's got 2 trophies in the bag. They won the Super Cup, they won the World Club Championship, which I will not downplay. They are still very good trophies to win. And you have to win another trophy to even be in that trophy, which is why I don't get why people scoff at them, because you only get there by having success. So he's won 2 very good trophies, but he has lost 2 finals. But in saying that, he made 2 finals. So that means, again, Tuchel made another 2 finals on top of last season. Then you've got Arteta, who everybody thought was going to finish 8th, and has actually only down to the last day missed out on top 4 with a very young squad. He picked the squad, but it is a very young squad. So I'm going to start with George and I'm going to work my way around. Who's had the better season, Arteta or Tuchel?
Oh my. Cool. Oh. Tuchel. Arsenal spent more. It was his decision. It was his decision on who to bring in, and the fact that they were crying every week about not having the right players, yet they decided to loan out 7 of them in January.
That was weird.
It was all their decisions. So and I think regardless of what Chelsea should have probably done, which is it's definitely still probably a failure on Chelsea's part. It's still they're still having a better season than Arsenal.
Because I do want to throw in Chelsea was going to win the league. Even I got caught up in that.
Yeah, I got caught up in that as well. I thought
even I got caught up in that.
L on our front.
You know what I mean?
We apologise.
Cal, who's had the best season, Arteta or Tuchel?
Tuchel. Come on, what are we doing here?
I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to get a final answer on this. I'm just trying to get a final answer on this because the argument was going on. So we'll settle it. Daps, who's had a better season, Arteta or Tuchel?
Tuchel.
Lee, who's had a better season, Arteta or Tuchel?
Tuchel had the better season.
Oh, so why'd you start the argument then, bro? I'm trying to settle an argument and then you back
Devil's
the argument.
advocate.
But that's 2 different things. I'm saying to you, how does he get away with?
How when you lot were meant to be creeping up on us like 3 weeks ago?
You were meant to win the league. You were meant to win the league.
You were meant to make top 4.
Lewis, hold on. You were meant to win the league. You weren't meant to win to get top 4. We were meant to finish between 8th and 6th. Now, again, in the last 4 weeks, we have bottled the league, the top four. Sorry, yeah, we have 100%. We bottled it in the FA Cup because we went out to Norwich. Nottingham Forest. Sorry, we bottled it against Liverpool because they had a weakened team, and we should have done a lot better than what we did. Yeah, that's true. Like, I'm giving you all the truth.
But
That's
we've got Jota, bro. It
facts.
weren't a weakened team, bro.
No.
You beat us 0-0 at Anfield anyway.
No, from your first team, you had.
But they beat City 2. They beat City 1-2 at home as well.
You had Salah on the bench. You had couple of. I'm sure you had a couple of defenders. You had Kai Gordon playing. Like we had a good chance to actually do a lot better, score a goal at least. Come on, like give me that.
Southampton fought that as well, bro. Our squad players are brilliant, bro. It is what it is.
Okay, so my point is, but I believe that we're a better team than Southampton. So at the end of the day,
Southampton actually got 2 draws out of City this season, bro.
And they did a double over you.
Okay, all right. But guys, what are we doing here?
I can't wait to speak to you on Monday.
Well, I've got to get the shade in now before you start gloating for a whole summer, bro.
Me, yeah, I can't let Chelsea get away with spending 100 million on the guy that they were telling me, they're going to win the league. This is the same.
But you spent more and still failed to reach your target. Like, fair enough, you could say, you were meant to finish 6th, 8th. That's not the vim I heard from the Arsenal fan base.
But can I ask a question? Do we spent more because we had to catch up to the 250 million that you already had spent the last season, or the season before that, sorry, with your golden academy, with your golden boys. So yes, we spent 150, but it's only because we're catching up to the sports washing that you've been doing for the last 20 years. So what's the issue?
The sports washing, even though Chelsea made all of the money that they spent on Romelu Lukaku, off loan players, and Tammy Abraham.
Does anyone else in this chat believe that? I don't know what's going on.
Look at them. Look at the figures. Look at the figures from last summer. All of the money off the players that we loaned last season and the 40 million of Tammy Abraham, all accustomed to Lukaku, and we didn't buy anybody else. So it wasn't no sports washing. It wasn't no Roman bankrolling or anything like that. It was money made and money spent.
Lewis, you're giving me 1 year out of 20. Now give me the last 19
But we're talking about this season, no?
No. Give me your last 19 years of sports washing. Okay, let's eradicate your last year.
Haaland.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to lie. There's 2 people on this panel who aren't going to accept money gave them an advantage. We won't go down that road.
Don't talk about George and Callum like that. Do not do that.
Let's be real. Arteta had less pressure than Tuchel.
Levy and FSG, the tightest owners in the league. I mean,
we can go anywhere we want with this. But at the end of the day, you told.
In fact, I'm sure your net spend is higher than us over the last 5-6 years.
Okay,
I can't lie. Arsenal's net spend is twice Liverpool's.
And then account for the last 15 years and before that. But account for we can go back as far as you like.
We can go as far back as you want. Yeah, like Roman bankrolled us until we won our first Champions League, and then Chelsea was a much more sustainable club since then. Maybe Roman dropped the odd injection every now and then, but it was mostly money Chelsea made off their loan army.
Right.
Yeah, that's another madness. If you
want to go back another year to the 250 mil we spent on attackers, that's also the 18-19 money and the Eden Hazard money that we weren't allowed to spend through a transfer ban. So we had 2 seasons worth of funds ready to spend.
1 season, but okay, fair enough.
No, 18-19 and 19-20. The funds made off both of those seasons and the Eden Hazard money were there to spend.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
You know, I wish we had the time to actually talk about this because it could get peaked. But let's get through some of these super chats, Cal.
Sorry, one sec.
Yeah.
Well, we've just hit 1,000 on this show as well. Massive.
Big up everyone. Big up. Make sure you smash that like button, people. Come on.
Also, guys, make sure you go and follow all the panelists as well, guys. Remember, this is a Thursday night. They're taking time away from what they want to be doing to come and join us to give you guys content. Please go and support the boys, and thank you as well.
Nah, I had to watch Chelsea. I'd rather be here personally.
Let's get through some of these supers before we move on, bro.
Done that one. Kadir says, still winning the first league in England, bro. If I started calling Lee Callum from now on, Lee doesn't turn into Callum all of a sudden. Facts. Mario said, heard Arteta is auditioning for the new Lego.
His hair's impeccable, I can't lie.
Mr. Dale, I say it just says, no way I'm accepting Shamdell is better than Kelleher.
Okay, that might be
he's not. I'm sorry. Kelleher's a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale. I'm sorry.
I've been talking about Kelleher for time drift. Only now you jumped on the boat with that one. Still.
Yeah, no, Kelleher had to convince me, but you're right.
Bajan Barnes says we'll always dump on Arsenal like the first one in the morning after your coffee. Arsenal fans cause this, and your team always follows you. Always learning. Coffee one's a mad one still.
Late for work. Why? Yeah, the boss.
Is the truth. Big up Kopish. Big up yourself.
Big up the boss. Bless you, bro.
Math says, do you remember the first combined 11 with AFTV?
I do.
Oh, I do. Certain man left out Bobby Firmino, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember too. Bajan Barnes says, Daps, I respect your love for your club, but the smoke is coming your way, and make sure you grab a bottle to wash away the sadness when Stevie and Villa do a madness. Jurgen Quad. Bajan Barnes.
I rate your confidence. Thanks for the super chat.
Daps is getting ready to be the most smug motherfucker on the planet. He just waiting for it.
I know. I'm celebrating with the other City fans. I won't say a word. I promise you. But I've got some great. Thank you, Snapchat, for the amazing filters. I've just got you boys for Sunday. So lined up, ready.
Mario says, Lee, Diego Simeone or Arteta for next season?
They can't get Simeone, man. Come on, let's be real.
What's that? Sorry, say that again.
Simeone or Arteta for next season?
It's a point. It's null and void because he's staying anyway. But I would say, yeah, give me Simeone.
Arsenal now I know why he wanted the diversity. That Burnley football, you like it? Okay, cool.
But Arsenal would fail his interview. Their objectives. No, joking aside, that's why they get the board's objectives are not good enough. That's why they are where they are.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is actually true. And they'd ask how many shithouses they have in the squad, and they've barely got any.
The boss says taxi for Goon and Lee. Yeah, Lee, a couple of takes. Lee ain't really feeling still. Mr. Dare Say Drift says Spurs could get Spence for 20 mil, Bastoni for 50, Kostic for 15. Yuri for 25, Lautaro for 60, Ericsson Johnston on a free for 170. That would low-key cause problems.
Don't forget Bale and Ericsson on a free as well.
Swap Tillemans for Basuma, and we're talking.
Hold on, you'd rather have Tillemans than Basuma, bro?
No, other way around.
Because Tillemans was on there.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm not sold on Tillemans neither, by the way.
His work rate off the ball is not anywhere near good enough for what Conte would want.
Oh, Basuma to Tottenham sounds good. I hope that don't happen.
I would love that so much.
Oh my
God! I'll be real with you, Daps. I think Tillemans would do a madness in your team. You know, genuinely do.
I don't rate him.
Team to allow him to do what he does. Actually, that's a good.
Do you know what it is about him? Too much. I don't like when players are flirting with other teams so much. Just the type of player I want to avoid. He's been flirting with a move away from Leicester for way too long. I don't like players like that. I don't know what it is. Not for my club. Cheers. Haaland's been doing it for long enough, to be fair. But
Sean P. Casey says, who let these flip-flops on the stream, boys?
Why?
Can't be talking to me.
DJ says, lost 2 finals on pen, 7 COVID cases, yet no postponement. Our off-field stuff can't be underplayed. Everyone would love Roman's money. Stop being hypocrite.
That's what
DJ, no, not that way.
100%. I disagree as well.
Yeah, I disagree with that. Playing enthusiast says, imagine Everton get 3 points reduction in the scenes. That would be amazing.
12 points apparently for messing up thingy. Yeah.
Daps, I hate you lot, but Arts Cow and Drift, I called this scenario weeks ago, ready to smoke you guys and watch Pep go mental.
He won't go mental. Pep won't go mental.
I'm not going to lie. If we win the league, I think he'll have a nervous breakdown, Daps.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, I do. I think Guardiola would have a nervous breakdown if we won. I do.
Well, he survived us being put out of the Champions League in the final and semi.
No, but I don't think he can take both in the same season and end up with nothing.
You wish. You're hoping in it. You're hoping like you're hoping.
No. Honestly, I don't know how Pep would recover from winning nothing this season after everything that happened. That would be difficult for him still. I'm not even going to lie.
No, it wouldn't. You know it wouldn't as well, but yeah, good take.
All right. We'll see, innit? We'll see.
We will.
Is that all the
that's a
supers
double
now, bro?
or a treble. Was that a double or treble drift?
We'll see, innit? We'll see.
No, I meant the drink.
No, this is just water, bro. I'm on a healthy diet now. I'm trying to get my mind right for whatever may come. You know what I mean?
For the parade.
Oh, what? You come in Manchester? You come in Manchester?
Nah, bro.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. So everybody here, and I don't mean this with any shade, everybody here, apart from Arsenal, this next topic affects, right? So we've actually got new rules that are going to be coming into play for the Champions League. So I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to get everybody's take on what they're thinking about, like the whole situation. Now, I don't know if you lot know. I've brought this up just in case you lot want to know. So the new the new format, which will be taking place in 2 years' time, but next season will be the qualification for that new format, if you guys understand what I mean. So next season will be normal, but then the season after that will be qualification for this new format. So it's 24 when this will start.
Yeah, the 23.
So yeah, so this new format, as you can see here, we'll see an initial phase contain a single league table, very Super League-y sounding to me.
Yeah, isn't it?
Each club will play 8 games in this league stage against different opposition. 4 of them will be at home, 4 of them will be away. The top 8 teams at the end of that league will go through to the knockout stage, and the teams that are from 9th to 24th place will compete in a 2-legged playoff. Now, guys, straight off the bat, what I want to say is, if there's 24 teams in the league, first of all, how do you even determine who's playing who? So you only play 8 games, but in a league where there's 24 people. So how do you even determine who's playing who in this league, and how is that fair in any way, shape, or form?
Right now, my head's just maths everywhere.
It would be like it would just be like a. I guess it would just be like a draw, like it would be for a group stage. But all the points are just going to be compared to everyone rather than.
So George, what you're saying is, effectively, there could be a situation where, and I'll use them just randomly, Man City could get Porto, Roma, Uzbekistan. I don't know, like random
City, Porto.
And then Liverpool could get Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Like, so is that what we're saying could happen?
Also, am I right? It's going to be 5 English teams now because they've made that convenient rule where Man United basically.
So qualification. So here's the rules for the qualification of the Champions League. So slot 1, because obviously there's going to be 4 new teams added because it's going to go from 32 teams to 36 teams. So this is how they're going to determine those extra 4 teams. So the first slot will be 1 additional place will go to the club ranked 3rd in the championship of the association in 5th position in the UEFA national rankings. So slot 2 is going to be awarded to domestic champion by extending from 4 to 5. Which is why the Premier League is going to end up with 5 now instead of 4. So 5th place in the Premier League will now get Champions League. And then slot 3 will be awarded to 2 clubs with the highest coefficient who have not qualified automatically. So I'm guessing that's going to be similar to like the FA Cup and whether all the kind of crazy things now that can like get you boosted up and whatnot. Well,
it'd be like if for whatever reason Real Madrid don't get it from qualification, the normal league table, then they'll just be get given the place because
it's not 5 in Spain, is it?
Well, the talk is just going to be between Spain and Italy who will get the 5th, because England and one other will get the 5th spot in their one. So there's talk that it's between them 2, but England are guaranteed at the moment the way their coefficient goes. So guys, let's keep it a buck. Yeah, let's honestly keep it a buck. I love European competition, right? But I think it's been watered down. But we've accepted it. Top 4 has become a brilliant thing to talk about. Look, this show's been hilarious because of it. But let's keep it a buck. Why on earth are we even calling this the Champions League anymore? If you can be in it by finishing 5th.
Facts.
Yeah.
Why are you being rewarded by finishing 5th?
We finished 5th that season, Drift still.
Well, we won it though, bruv. There was a difference. We won it. We finished 5th, but we won it. At least we won it. Win it,
but hold on, you won it the season. You won it the season before, and that's why you went in. Yeah, that's fine. I think.
Do you get what I mean? At least we were winners, Cal. We went in it as winners and 5th place. Do you get what I'm saying? We didn't just come.
Yeah, we went in with winners and 6th place once.
Yeah, if you hold a belt in if you hold a belt in anything, you fight all the other people that you fight rank 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you hold it, you should have been in it. But I've thought this for years. When we first got to the Champions League and we were like winning the league, and then we were being put in really bad pots, and Arsenal were being put in really good pots. I was thinking it's weird because it's called the Champions League. I mean, I got it because it's been like that forever, but.
Should it not just be changed to the European Cup
UEFA,
for a start now? Should it not just be called the European Cup again? Champions League makes no sense when you can finish 5th. 4th was actually stupid enough.
It's their way to
what sells
the
better,
Super League. Yeah,
what sells better? The European Cup or the Champions League? What sells better?
Let's get a thesaurus up.
Yeah, and just to let you lot know as well, basically, considering the UEFA Cup, keep old school, the Europa League and the Conference League will now be extended as well. I'm not bullshitting you guys. Apparently,
Everton would have qualified.
Apparently, you can finish 10th and make Europe from 24 onwards.
No.
You can finish 10th and make Europe, depending on who wins the cups, the domestic trophy.
Now, isn't it? It's just vibes.
Right. Just to make sure United get a chance in.
I've got synonyms up for super, just so we can have the new name for the league.
What was that word you just said?
Super?
Yeah.
Did someone say Super League?
Yeah, because that's basically what it is, right? So what do we want to call this? The Great League, the Magnificent League, the Marvelous League.
Sounds American at the moment.
The Top-Notch League. That's more English. There you go. The Smashing League, the Divine League, or the Sensational League. Take your pick.
Divine. I like Divine.
Divine sounds good, isn't it?
I'm not going to lie. Top-Notch League sounds kind of cold still.
Top-Notch League.
Top-Notch League. I like that.
Say that.
And you know what? We'll go back to what we said earlier about the Premier League, though. That it's just a name, isn't it?
It's a brand.
All right, and I mean this with no shade. I'm just talking based on this season. So, Lee, I'm going to start with you, bro, because 5th place now would mean you're in the Champions League. Is this good or is this bad for the kind of overall Premier League experience that 5th now gets you Champions League?
Yeah, for me, honestly, I'm not too bothered about the actual format. I don't want Arsenal to get Champions League by getting full 5th place. For me personally, I think actually, if you look at it, a lot of Arsenal fans, a lot of fans in those positions, unless you're maybe a Newcastle or maybe an Everton to get into, or Leicester to get, because you haven't got that as much money, and sort of that sort of prestige. I would say for me, or top team, even Man United, I don't think they would want to get Champions League by finishing 5th. Or if, God forbid, Liverpool had a poor season, I don't think they would want to get Champions League by getting 5th. Only because it's just, it doesn't feel right. Like for me, it's just another way for just to squeeze another team in, or a big team in there. And all it is just to make money. That, as we know, that's all it is. More teams, more money, and that's all that's going to happen. But for me, I'm not looking at it in any sort of like glory. I'm not going to be thinking, oh, like we finished 5th and we've done something amazing. I'm just going to be looking at it thinking like it's not real. And I tell you what, at the end of the day, I'll feel even if we did win it, it just feels a bit weird now, because at the end of the day, we haven't won it in the normal format that everyone else has won it before, previous to us. So, I wouldn't be too happy with it, to be honest.
Yeah, go on, Cal.
Lee, I get where you're coming from in terms of a sort of a morality standpoint. I'm gonna be real with you. Maybe this is just my shameless side. If you qualify legally because you finish 5th and you go on and win it, no one can tell you anything. You didn't make the rules.
Yeah,
you shouldn't. I don't think a fan base should be upset by coming 5th because it's a rule.
Do you know what it is?
5, then, but that's not your fault. That's the competition holder's fault or whatever.
Do you know what it is though? Obviously, growing up for me, I was thinking about finishing top. Then now my standards have been lowered then to 2nd, 3rd. Then it's now gone to 4th. Then I'm going to be fighting for 5th. So for me, I'm not looking at it. I don't want to keep dropping standards, because as Drifty said, if we go through another rebuild, I can possibly finish 10th and get into Europe.
That's a really good point, you know.
That's not what I want to do. Yeah. I want to keep the standards as high as possible. And again, not even in a shady thing, but going back to you last week, Dax, when we were talking about the thing with Pep, with the excuses that he was kind of making about
reasons.
It's like he's gone in there to win the Champions League, in my opinion. So I don't think that you can go and start talking about this and that, like for me personally. But going back to what we're speaking about, I just don't want to. I don't want to be aiming for 5th. I don't want to be aiming for 6th. I'm thinking that's a Champions League spot. As amazing as it is, and the profile of Arsenal will raise, I just don't want it. I don't want it like that for me.
And do you know why? Do you know why? Not just like your expectations, but I think the key is that some clubs, if it means that if you finish 5th, then you get Champions League football, which we all know will pay well.
Yeah.
The board's objectives to managers will drop. It will no longer be to get top 4; it'll be get top 5 because so it will change. I don't know, man. I feel like I can't even comment on the Champions League because.
But let's keep it a buck though. Like
but my view is like, honestly, and people can play it down and whatever, but honestly, being honest, most of City's core fan base, not these youngers that have started supporting us and honestly believe we should win everything every single season, until last year, there are other reasons we give for why we boo like the Champions League thing. But for me, it was because we're just excited about still winning the league, having bragging rights over everyone else in our country. And that's kind of as a fan base where that is amazing for us. Last season, when we got to the final, it got to a point where we started like believing, and then losing to an English team in the Champions League is different. It hurts you to a point where now we want to win the Champions League. We just want to. We're bored of having Chelsea roll up with inflatable trophies and all of that. We need to win one. But I'm not joking. I've had many conversations with City fans on away days where we say we just want to like win one Champions League and then go fuck off now. We'll see you later. Like. And even this week with the thing with Atletico's kicked it all off again. The fact that we've been fined and they haven't for the stuff that happened. And no, I've said, we got fined, they didn't, which is just mental. But
that's mad.
But what the knock-on effect is, our fan base will now boo the Champions League again. That's not working for us. We don't need to be booing it. We need to actually believe our team can win it. So I've said, do you know what? Let's just win one eventually. Then I don't care about the Champions League. But deep down, of course I do. But when they do all stuff like this, it's just leave it as it is, man. Like, it's not going to happen.
I mean, Lewis, let me ask you this, bro, because this is actually a possible scenario. We're in a quarterfinal, right? And 5 of the 8 teams are English. Is this even Europe anymore, bro?
Well, we're not Europe.
England taking over as per usual. That's just all it sounds like. But I don't like this new format that they have anyway. My personal opinion, like, it's been the same since it came out, really. If the Super League just changes format, I wouldn't be that totally against it. I think it was better for all the clubs that were in it. All it needed was a relegation and a promotion standpoint, and that was it for me. Just don't make it the same 20 clubs over and over again, because it gets predictable. And why not? UEFA are scummy anyway. I don't get this whole victim mentality that they threw out as soon as the Super League came out. Even though with the same breath, they'll say that they're for the fans and then give the fans about 25% allocation in a Champions League final between both sides. It's a load of waffle, but everyone just allowed UEFA to play their side of scenarios and everyone just jumped on their side. If the Super League came back, that would be my best preference, but yeah, I don't like this shit format, but we're stuck with it now.
I've got like 2 feelings about it, to be honest with you, on the opposite sides. Because one part of me is just thinking, well, let's be real. Things change a lot in football. I'm sure our parents or whatever would have said the Champions League, when it first came about as a Champions League, was a terrible idea. Well, they said that definitely about the Premier League. They said the Premier League is going to ruin football, and now we're loving it every single time. We don't even think of it as anything else. So I do think eventually we will just get used to it, and it will be fine, and people will like it. But then on the other hand, the thing I don't like about it is it's now becoming very Americanized in the sense of it being sort of one table. Obviously, I know they've got 2, but it's like a table which you then go to the playoffs and this, that, and the other. And for me, what that ruins is that if you're playing 8 teams now, rather than the 3 other teams that are in your group, you're all of a sudden relying on a lot more results that are going on with loads of other different teams. And I think you're going to find there are going to be far, far, far less smaller teams making it longer on the journey, like making it further on the journey. Like what Spurs and Ajax, like what we did, that will not happen because you're playing more games. And usually, as we see from normal leagues, like Premier Leagues or whatever, the better teams and the bigger teams win a lot more of those games. So they will make it in those top positions more. So you're not going to see an Ajax come 6th in this new Champions League format or anything anymore, because they've got more top teams to face to be found out. You're never going to have like, if one pot, obviously in the normal Champions League now, if one group has, let's say, a lot more smaller teams in it, that means there's more chance of them going through into the knockouts. And then when it's knockouts, anything can happen. So that's why I feel like it's a bit shit, because you're just going to end up having the same big teams over and over again, because they're going to do better over more games.
Drifts, so you know the format now. Is it going to mean that we play more games as well in Europe?
Yeah, it will. And not only that, that's what will mean that. And Lee, I'll come to you in a sec, bro. Don't worry.
How are we doing this? I swear the idea is to
here's the other weird thing about it. There's no playing the same team. So those 8 games are 8 different teams. So you don't get no chance to get revenge if you get an away day loss, where normally be like, okay, so we've got them at home next. You don't get any of that. It's just 8 random teams out of the 24 in the league, but 4 are at home and 4 away. So all your away games
you could draw 4. Yeah.
So you could get Real Madrid away, Barcelona, like you could get the hardest games you have away, and then your home games could be games that are so easy. Who cares? You're at home. Like, but Lee, yeah, go on, bro. What are you gonna say, bro?
I think maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, I was on the Friday show, and I said the Super League. I think if it's remodeled, I think that would be a much better option. And I think
you actually did.
And I said, and the reason why is I think when you have the Super League, you allow for a better quality competition. And I spoke about it because of that reason. I was saying, do we think the standards of football has dropped? And I said, I believe it has. UEFA, they don't want to have a small competition. They want to make as much money as possible. They want to brand it as well as possible. So if they're kind of going to sort of combine the two of them, what they're doing now with the Champions League and they possibly do with the Super League, Real Madrid shut up, Juventus shut up, Barcelona shut up, because they get what they want and there's more money for everybody. But the quality is going to drop because the top teams are still going to win. They're still going to keep winning. Whereas with the Super League, you get a 16 billion, 200, whatever the figure was, and it's split against those 10 or 20 teams or whoever was going to be in it when it was originally formed. What I didn't like was as I said, there was no relegation. But once you then get those top teams splitting all the money, it's all fair game. Anyone can go for anything because you're all getting the same pot of money.
No, but Lee, is it fair game when you look at the Burnleys and the Leeds and the Newcastles and the teams who are like lower, who won't be playing in this Super League? Is it fair on them though?
Yeah, but that's how because that's why we need to, because remember there was no relegation. So now if there's a relegation and there's a promotion, Burnley can still dream for that. Burnley can still dream to get into that Super League.
I don't think that would have necessarily happened because I think the serious money that they were saying that were going to be given to these teams, or they're going to be given to them because they were the founders of the Super League. So what they were hoping for was they'll give the founders all this 100 million each or whatever the actual number was. And then they were hoping for, all right, then the TV deals later on are going to be massive. That's when the next money will come. So I think even if there was relegation and everything, you've still got the same thing. The founders are still going to get that 100 million each. And then any like Burnleys in the future that are trying to get it, they're only going to get a cut of the future TV deal that might happen, not the 100 million each.
Yeah, well, it needs to be.
It was 250, Lewis. It was, I'm sure to say, it was 250, Lewis. So imagine, sorry, George, imagine everybody getting that 250 head start. The Burnleys have got no chance. I mean, I'm not saying Burnley, but West Ham, you know, the teams who are aspiring to try and make that, they've got no chance if everyone else is getting 250 million at the beginning as an advantage that they already have as it is.
Drifts. This is the thing I always say to United fans, when United, like, if City wouldn't have got investment, let me be very clear, we could not catch up with teams like Man United. We couldn't, because every season they'd be in the Champions League, they'd be able to buy the players they could. There's no way. Investment, however much people will knock it and whatever, just like in business world, you can't bring a business up to the level until you invest some money. And it's like, I honestly believe that is what, it's no coincidence that since the English league and all the English clubs in Europe have become dominant, all these things are coming out that they don't like it. They do not like it, how dominant we are becoming in Europe.
They don't.
And ultimately, we can try and say, oh, it's not Italy, it's Real Madrid, man. It's Real Madrid.
It's Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus. And that's what I said. I think the Super League, the idea, because we, as George so rightly put, and Lewis as well, UEFA, I don't want to say too much, but They haven't got the cleanest record. Yeah, you all know that. I just think that it needs to be remodeled in a way which allows for that Swindon to dream to get into that Super League. We need it. I don't want to keep saying Burnley because then it's going to seem like I'm pulling.
Well, Leicester,
Swindon was
Leicester,
mad.
are
Swindon.
Leicester are literally a realistic example. Leicester are in Division 1, won the Premier League, competed in the Champions League. That's actually a real life dream that actually happened. Yeah, go on, Cal.
Is this a case of us as fans? And again, I'm super guilty of it. I kicked off when the ESL happened. But if you guys remember, the Champions League format's already changed once in our lifetimes. There used to be 2 group stages. That second group stage got cut, and not many people moaned about it. In fact, it probably made the competition a bit more exciting. Is this going to be a thing where we maybe look back in a couple of years and we're like, we just get on with it?
But they've effectively reversed it, though, haven't they? They've added more group stage games, so it's taking the magic away from it because there's less. Okay, there's not less because they've got the same amount of knockout games. They've just increased the amount of games you play overall.
But it's a number of games as well, man. We should be getting less games.
Player welfare as well. All of that stuff.
I mean,
then there's going to be arguments of getting rid of League Cup because bigger teams aren't going to put things in that, and all sorts of other things that are going to happen.
Well, George, you might win a cup.
Hey, let's have it.
No, they won't.
Just a second point as well, completely separate. I don't know if you guys have heard or seen what happened with Vieira tonight.
Yeah. I just saw it. Literally just saw it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real. Something needs to get done because we can have a little laugh and joke because obviously Vieira handled him. Basically, these new fans need to realize what Vieira is, isn't it? Vieira's
Oh no.
But
what did
on a real? There
it.
needs to be something done because God forbid we're sitting there talking about a player coming on. We know what happens in London with silly people and what they do in terms of violence and stuff. This whole running on a pitch and thinking you can just square up to a player or a manager. I need to get stopped.
You know what? The thing is that what happened basically? Yeah.
The guy went in his face with a phone and then middle finger and all sorts, and it was and he retaliated.
I must say, I'll be honest. I was hoping if we win the league, I made sure I got lower tier so I can get on the pitch and celebrate, right? And I thought the other day I was pointless because we ain't going to be able to get on the pitch now after what happened at Sheffield, what happened Northampton. How's it happened 3 times in a week and no one's fixed up?
But here's the thing, Daps. You're not going to go on the pitch and start berating.
No, absolutely not.
Villa fans. You're going to go and grab a Man City fan and hug and celebrate.
Yeah.
You're getting fans running onto pitches and getting into people
and headbutting people, Cal.
But how is it able? How have the authorities? I thought that will be shut down. There's no way it's happening because of what's happening.
I'm not being funny. If you've got 40,000 fans going up against stewards, they're gonna get through. If you care enough to get through, you're gonna get through. It's gonna happen.
Do we actually think these fans are running on the pitch actively, preempting, let's say, pre-planning these things, or is it just in the moment? Are they being stupid in the moment? Because really and truly, I don't really think a lot of fans would. The headbutt thing was that was crazy. I don't even know what he was thinking.
That was preempted, bro. You don't headbutt someone.
The minute he saw him, he made for him as well. You could see it when.
He's been arrested and in prison for 24 weeks and is banned for 10 years.
Today, he's just probably so excited.
He should get more than 24 weeks, George. I'm going to be honest with you. That's actually assault. He should be getting a couple of years.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll be honest, if I walk down the street now and headbutt someone randomly, you think I'm only getting 24 weeks?
Yeah, you're getting about 4 years, Cal.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 24 weeks. What's 24 weeks for actual live assault? We watched him actually assault the man for no reason. That's crazy. I can't believe that. That's
hold tight, Lewis, who's just clearly watching your show, who's just sent me it. So thanks, Lewis.
And he should be getting a lifetime ban. He's only banned for 10 years, so he's allowed to come back. Damn. What the hell? Look, this conversation could end up somewhere else, and we're already into overtime. Big up the panel because we're already into overtime. Big up everyone. Smash the like and make sure you go and follow everybody because we are in overtime right now. Let's get this preview going. And have we got any supers before we get into the preview, Cal?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bayesian Barnes says, George, I don't hate Spurs. Happy for you lads. Arsenal, you guys in the mud.
Hi, guy.
Bayesian Barnes says, Daps, you're allowed on the yacht when we celebrate, but Pep can join the learners in Chelsea with no cups.
By the way, Daps, if we invited you, would you come
Where?
on our boat party for a celebration if we win the league?
No, because
Okay, I just wanted to know so you don't wonder why you didn't get an invite.
Yeah, I'll come and I'll deal with everyone.
If you've got a boat party in the summer, then I mean I'm all for them type of parties. But if I see anything Liverpool, I'm
oh yeah, there'll be Liverpool everywhere.
It's going overboard. Yeah, they're all going overboard. we'll see if Scousers can swim.
Kadir says the Injustice League is what it should be called. Troy says, to be fair, Arsenal better take fifth spot while they can. Juventus in the winter is coming.
You created that name now.
I don't want it like that.
Just Lab says ESL came and we protested near stadiums. Where do we protest against UEFA though? Yeah, they know fans can't stop them. That's why they get away with it. That's facts.
That's a very good point.
And it says because they're learners, Daps. I'm not sure what that was in relation
I'll be honest, so Messi.
Something to do with Arsenal, obviously.
Please just correct your spelling. The teacher and me just had to say
it. I'm not gonna lie. Lee does manage to come back when he's in the mud. I rate it.
I rate it.
Still, I'm not gonna lie. He's like, you know, like we see the fox and she sees that she's backed in the corner and her pups are there, and then she just goes nuts. That's what Lee's like. He's like, right, I'm backed up. I'm just going nuts. I don't give a shit.
Someone's got to get it, man. Someone's got to get it.
But yeah, are you capable of bringing up the fixtures for the last week for me, Cal? It's our last prediction table, people. Last week end. As you can see, they've started alphabetically, so we'll start alphabetically. Lee, Arsenal at home to Everton. Forgetting what's on the line, give me a prediction for this game, bro.
I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to say 1-1.
Oh, you don't even think you're going to win your last home game?
Nah, man, it's gone, man. It's gone. And to be fair, again, like we've bottled it. I don't want to rely on other teams for us to get to the position that we need to get to. Like, if we can't do it off our own accord, yeah, it would have been good to get top 4, but no, like I'm not trying to rely on other teams. And I said it on Twitter the other day, so I'm now not going to just be a hypocrite and say the other way. Like I said that Tottenham fans were acting like pussies, excuse my language, because they were relying on Newcastle. So now I'm not going to go and say it against Norwich. So I mean, I think it's going to be 1-1 anyway, because yeah, we're just not playing well. So
fair dues. George, just quickly. What do you think the score will be at Everton, Arsenal, Everton?
Arsenal 2-1. I think the Everton, the fact that they played today has not helped. And it's been obviously a tough game because they've had to come back from 2-0 to 3-2. And I think they're going to be fatigued. So I think, yeah.
That was the Premier League's way of styling it, that it wasn't only Villa playing with 2 days preparation for Man City. We move in it. Cal, give me an Arsenal Everton prediction, bro.
3-0.
To Everton?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they're on the beach now. Everton on the beach. They're safe now.
Yeah. Lampard's probably going to gain a good couple pounds over the summer.
He is really getting big as well, isn't he? Like, joking aside now. He actually is getting bigger now. I mean,
all right, let's put some respect on Frankie Lampard.
I've been there. Listen, bro, there's no harm in that. I'm similar ages in that, probably.
He's enjoying his retirement. Give me a prediction for
chips from the Chinese, I think.
Yeah. You know what? I'd love to say Arsenal are gonna. I think Arsenal are gonna win this, but do you know what? Arsenal fashion, they usually go out of the season quite well, and everyone's hopeful going into the summer. I could see 3-1 Arsenal. 3-1 Arsenal.
I'm gonna go 2-0, especially that Everton are safe now. I think Arsenal will win this 2-0. Lewis, what are you thinking? Arsenal, Everton? Give me a prediction, bro.
Everton might be on the beach, but Super Frankie Lampard isn't, so I'm going to go 2-0 Everton.
Not with that, buddy.
If Everton beat Arsenal 2-0 on their last home day, oh my God. I'll stick with you, Lewis, and work the other way this time. Leeds, Brentford, just based on the fact that we all kind of think Leeds are done. Give me a prediction for this one, bro. Brentford, Leeds, what are you thinking?
I despise Leeds, but I want the rivalry to still be there. But Brentford don't really have anything to play for either, to be honest. So we could do a little on the beach thing with them too. But I don't know. Leeds. They were horrific when we played them, and I've told you how poor Chelsea have been the last 4 months. So, yeah, I'll have to say 2-0 Brentford, and yeah, Leeds down in the mud at least.
I actually agree with that. I'm going to go 2-0 as well. Lee, what are you thinking? Brentford, Leeds, give me a score, bro.
3-0. I definitely see Eriksen scoring in his last game because he knows he's not coming back.
Okay. Daps, give me a score, bro.
Yeah, 2-0. 2-0 Brentford.
2-0 as well. Cal?
4-0 Brentford.
I see a piping as well. I do see that.
Raw, pump and dump into the championship. Jesus. George, give me a score, bro.
I think 2-1 Brentford. I think Leeds will have a glimmer of hope and it will just be crushed.
Well, like Leeds will take the lead and then lose 2-1 in the end or something.
Yeah, or equalise and think they're going to get the momentum and then just be killed off. I don't think there's really like with teams like Brentford. I don't think they really ever are on the beach. Like everyone said that about Newcastle, and that's the best football I've seen them play all season. And I think with teams like Brentford as well, any position that they can get higher up is more money for them. So I think it doesn't matter.
They probably, and also player-wise, there's probably his bonuses on what position.
Yeah, there'll be loads of little things like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, for real. I know this game doesn't mean anything, Lewis, and I know you're actually sick of your team now. You just want them to go on holiday and reset. But give me a score prediction for your home game against Watford last day, bro.
Hopefully, Tuchel rotates and plays the kids, so I can actually see some entertaining football. But we can't lose to fucking Watford's under 23s, so I'm just gonna go 3-0 Chelsea, just out of pride. If it's anything lower than that, then we're gonna have a serious talk next week.
That'll be the real failure of the season.
Can I just ask you guys, because I heard a lot about Carefree Lewis before I came on Kopish, right? But then unfortunately, since I've been on here, Chelsea have been really bad, and all I get is this depressed. And openly honest, he's like, when I'm saying it might not have been you that was talking all the smoke in the summer, he's like, it was me. I was shameless.
Right.
Yeah, no, I was 100% shameless all the way up until February.
But I need to ask you guys, in like August, September, October, was he a completely like really annoying character? Because he's really likable.
No, he wasn't unbearable.
No,
like,
okay. All right.
No.
The only time he was unbearable for me is when we lost them 3 times in 1 month.
That was hard.
Yeah, I kind of wish we didn't, because that made us think we didn't need a left back. We moved.
Spurs, selling people dreams.
Big up Marcus, by the way. Big up Marcus.
Lee, Lee, give me a score prediction for Chelsea Watford, bro.
Boy, tactical Tommy, better not mess this one up too, boy, because he's gonna start turning to tomfoolery, Tommy. I told you.
Am I right in believing that he can actually finish 4th if they lose and Tottenham win?
No.
Third's confirmed now. We just need
draw
to
today. Put them one ahead, I think, or goal difference.
I mean, I think they're gonna end the season bad, and they're gonna go into the next season bad. So I'm gonna say 1-1.
I guess Watford, Jesus. Daps, give me a score, bro. Chelsea Watford.
So Lewis said he hopes the youngers are playing, so I presume that means Loftus-Cheek is on the pitch. So.
Mason Mount as well. Add that clown onto it as well.
No, I think 3-1 Chelsea.
Cal?
3-1 Chelsea.
George?
I think 4-0 Chelsea. I think Watford is just that bad.
I think 4-0 Chelsea. I think they're going to pump them last day and it'd be like a little Tommy send-off kind of thing. Obviously,
fucking better.
We're going to do our preview for it, obviously, so we're not going to talk about it now, but I'll start with you, George. Liverpool at home to Wolverhampton. What do you think of that one, bro? Give me a score prediction.
Wolves have been dead since they beat us at shock. So you'll win that game, but 2-0?
2-0, okay. Daps, what do you think that score will be, bro? Leicester, Wolverhampton.
6-0 Liverpool.
I see a little reverse psychology there. Lee?
It don't matter now, does it? Goal difference don't matter, but I still think...
Is Salah playing on Sunday?
Nah.
I don't think he will, no.
Yeah, I'm going to
get that golden boot.
Yeah, I'm going to say 6-0, because, when he plays, it's...
Don't bite, Drift. Don't bite.
No, yeah. And I was just going to ask if you're being serious, if that's your final prediction.
No, 6-0. Yeah, Salah's not playing 6-0.
Okay.
Don't bite,
Lewis,
Drift. Don't bite.
Lewis, give me a score prediction. Liverpool Wolves, bro.
Like George said, since they beat Tottenham, they've been shit against everyone else except Chelsea. But Liverpool against Wolves should go one way. I'm gonna go 3-0. I'll go 3-0 Liverpool.
I was expecting 0-4 after he said that.
I did try and tell everyone that Wolves weren't going to do anything to City when they were like, Wolves away is a difficult game. I said, is it? No, it's not. It's not a difficult game.
It was earlier in the season when they cared, and then all of a sudden they just switched off.
Well, obviously, their form guy
made it hard.
Game was horrendous. And obviously, I know Daps doesn't do score predictions, so I'm not going to ask him. But I mean, are you looking forward to the game, Daps? Like, how you feeling? Last home game, obviously.
I'm looking forward to a weekend in Manchester, drinking a lot. Yeah.
After a City win,
I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I mean, you can see that behind me. That is the best news of the day. Walker and John Stones are back. I was nervous before that. I'm not going to lie. Our defenses look really, really bad recent weeks. Really bad. But I think them two coming back for me, as long as we just don't panic and whatever. Yeah, I think it's. Ooh, I nearly said something. I think it's going to be a great game. And,
I nearly drew him out. Nearly.
I
nearly drew him out.
No, we'll see in it. We'll see. I mean, listen, you boys are going to hear from me on Sunday.
I hope so.
I mean, that sounds like a prediction of a win,
it's not
right there.
No, to congratulate you or something, maybe.
Lee, give me a score for that one, bro.
Oh, so yeah, I genuinely didn't even know that Walker was back. I don't know how.
Yeah, Pep's been lying, bro. We know this.
Yeah, usual. Do you know what? I was gonna say.
What a bad person.
I was gonna say 3-1 City, but I was gonna say it would be extremely close until the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so. But I'm now gonna say 4-0. I'm gonna say 4-0. If you got Jones, you got Stones and Walker back.
We don't want Jones at the back.
I think we might have got a little prediction out of Daps there, because when he said 3-1, he nodded his head. Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. It sounded like another agreement, but yeah, we move.
But please, Pep, do not do your stupid overthinking. Like, please, Pep, if there's any, look, I'm looking at the camera. Pep.
Hold on a minute. You've gone from a Liverpool supporter to now supporting a team who's playing.
Leave him alone,
No. I just want City to win. I want City to win the league.
Ross Clark. He might be getting a sky blue shirt next Daps. You might have a new City fan soon.
I mean,
not too many as it is. We don't. Honestly, after the West Ham game, honestly, I wish our club would say no more new fans, because their takes are mental. They're spoiled brats. Fuck a lot of them.
Lewis, give me a score, bro.
Not all of you, by the way. Not fuck all of you.
Yeah, I know everyone's running this Gerrard Villa thing, but nah, City are piping them. City are absolutely piping them. It might be a bit of a scare. You never know, but like City are gonna run through them. So I'm gonna say off the draw. You know what? We'll go at 2-0. We'll go at 2-0. Maybe 2-1. 2-0. 2-0.
I mean, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but I watched Villa struggle with Burnley today. So yeah. I think all Liverpool fans need to accept the 4-0 bending over that's about to happen, and just
want that 25 mil when Grealish wins the league. And you know what? I understand.
Yeah. I think it's going to be 4-1 City. I think it's just going to be.
You're going 4-1, George. Yeah. Cal, do the
3-1 Villa with chest. All the belts. Quad.
Cal, I'm not gonna lie. Belts. Please, bro, just be all right when the inevitable happens. I just need you to make sure you're
the only quad you're getting is on Warzone, so I don't think you need to stop doing that.
It'll be interesting to figure out like what everyone else thinks about if Liverpool and you get the FA Cup and the League Cup. It'll be interesting.
Still a good season.
Still a good season, bro. That's both domestic trophies.
What league?
Look,
why are you doing?
He's asking a question, and I'm answering.
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a question to you.
Of course you can, Lee. As long as it's not loaded.
You know what? I was gonna ask. You know what? I'll ask the question afterwards. I'll ask the question afterwards.
These men are on bare attention, Cal. So it's always going to be loaded.
I'll ask the question afterwards.
Listen, I already know. Not like this guy's straps always loaded. 100%. He don't roll with no safety on neither. I can tell you that now. Two shows with him. I know what it is.
I said I've got to ask the uncomfortable questions because I don't want it to be just an easy ride for everyone. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I've already answered it. You didn't even need to ask the question, bro. There's absolutely zero chance. If you can't logically...
Oh, hold on. But you said earlier on that there was like zero chance that Norwich would be... that Tottenham would drop points. Or no, there is a chance or something. I'm making note of that?
No. But there's a big difference between Spurs maybe getting a bit overconfident against Norwich, who are at home, and Villa, who can't even beat Burnley travelling to the Etihad. If this was at Villa Park, there'd be a little bit more enthusiasm, I think, amongst more Liverpool fans, because at least they'll be at home or whatever. Villa going to the Etihad. Look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news to all the Liverpool fans, because I want what we all want.
I told you he sent me the text.
We all want the same thing. We're not going back down that line. We all know the same thing. I just want everybody to just be okay on Sunday with it still being a brilliant season, and don't just get angry because the inevitable happens. Villa couldn't even beat Burnley. How the fuck are they going to get a result at the Etihad?
I think that they're playing away from home. If they played at home, there'd be an impetus for them to go for the game. They can go there, park the bus, hit seat on the break.
Bro, have you seen how poor Villa are defensively?
He's convincing himself right now.
I'm not going to lie. Call me delusional. I fully believe Villa are going to get something out of the game.
Can I just say, no, honestly, before you just told me...
Yeah, 25 million.
I was going to genuinely...
Say again?
That's what they're going to get out of the game, 25 million. He's right.
What did Lee say?
No, before you told me that Stones and Walker were back, I would have predicted 1-1. Hand on my heart, I would have predicted 1-1. I genuinely do believe that Aston Villa...
Because Stones ain't got a mistake in him, though.
No, but he's had a very good season. He's had a very...
Bro, come on, Stones or Fernandinho? Come on, bro, it's centre-back.
And I think...
I agree. Like, you lot are favourites for a reason, but I still see a result for Villa.
There's going to be no Zinchenko now, and now that you have another outlet with Walker, I do think with those two players back, it's a massive game changer.
We'll see.
Fair enough. So you're sticking with that one, Cal? 3-1 Villa, yeah?
What more do you want? Look, I'm saying,
if you're going to manifest, let's do a realistic one, like 1-1 or something, bro. Don't go for some crazy score. But
why is that a crazy score?
3-1 Villa, bro.
Yeah, that's
not impossible.
They haven't won 3-1 away from home all season. You think they're going to do it at the Etihad? All right, cool. Look, it is what it is. And finishing up with our last game, Norwich at home to Tottenham. Obviously, George, take it away, bro. How do you actually think the game's going to go?
I think it's going to finish 2-0 Spurs. I think, to be honest with you, we actually struggled when we played them last time, but that was like a very depleted team that really was struggling in the league, and that was still a 2-2 draw, and which is all we need to get top four. So I think this time's a bit different. We've got the mentality, we've got with Conte, should I say, and I think definitely knowing that Salah's probably not going to play, I think Son wanting a golden boot or the team wanting to get him the golden boot is going to play a big part. So I see us. It should be a comfortable win for us.
As I said to you behind the stage, bro, every season Salah's got top goal scorer. We haven't won anything. And every season he's missed out on it. We have won something. So, if someone wants to go and keep that momentum going, go ahead and get that top goal scorer in there. Liverpool winning it. That is what it is.
So you're saying Son gets the winner and all of a sudden and City drop points at the same time?
You never know, bro. Son might bang it in at the same time as Son banging it in. Watkins bangs it in. Who knows, innit, bro? Who knows?
You're always proud when your son bangs. Of course, when he's of age, by the way.
Yeah. Using the cane too. Yeah.
Oh man. Cal, give me a score prediction for Norwich Tottenham, bro.
4-0 Spurs.
Okay, cool. Give me a score for that one, bro.
3-0 Spurs. I think Spurs are going to push up. Yeah, fully Spurs.
Lee, give me a score, bro.
I'm going to say 3-0 as well, unfortunately, but yeah.
To Spurs.
Come on.
A little bit more.
If someone says 3-0, I just need to know what team.
Ask him the goal scorers as well.
Every time you was saying the scores, all I was hearing is "You're breaking my heart."
Are you sure you're a teacher?
I am
sure
with
you're not
you, man. I
sure,
promise you. I can't. I'll reveal the name of the school after in the background. But
Don't.
Not. But yeah, no, yeah. I'm going to say 3-0 Spurs.
Lewis, give me a score prediction, bro.
Yeah, even Tottenham can't fuck this one up, so I'm gonna go 3-0 Spurs. Heung-min-Son hat-trick, probably gets the golden boot and we move.
And we have to salute Gilmore for a
You actually want
sensational
to back
season.
Tottenham, yeah?
No, like I'll take Tottenham in the Champions League over Arsenal over this season. In all honesty, their fan base got too
I'm talking
mouthy.
about you saying that Son to get the golden boot. You actually
That's why I don't think they bottle it like in 15-16 with the Newcastle game, because like some of the players actually have something to play for. So I think that's going to be the difference. Because other than that, I could actually see a potential bottle job. But
that game meant nothing because the league was lost.
Also, a lot of players were out, right? That was the season where you'd lost your head.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dembele was out,
fair
and loads
enough.
of players were out as well.
Yeah, so this time it's just it's a
Spurs
totally
ain't losing to Norwich. They ain't losing.
It's impossible, man. Norwich are dead.
I'll be honest with you. I put a tiny little wager down on Norwich win, Arsenal win.
How dare you? I'm not renewing my
50. No.
Panel Show membership for next year.
Can you take that off? Because every time you say Arsenal are going to win, they lose. Please. No.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you, Lee. When I see 21-1 at the odds on it happening, I have to throw a little money on that. You
told me last week, Thursday, we were getting top 4, no matter what. You told me. Verbatim.
I had to. I had to throw a tenner away at the chance of winning 200 back. I had to. I've got to be honest with you. I had to. Those odds were too high. I couldn't walk away from them. Fansbet guys, make sure you go and check them out. I couldn't walk away from it. I couldn't.
Friendship means nothing, man.
I'm just... Sorry, bro. Sorry. I'm just looking to try and make a little pee, man. It is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? You got to take them risks. But guys, you've had us for 25 minutes over time. Do you know what I mean? Big up the panel for staying on as always. You know what I mean? We're almost into the new day. You know what I mean? Love. Yeah. Love as always to everyone. And as Cal said earlier, make sure you go and check everyone out. Make sure you go and support everyone else. Make sure you get everybody's subscribers up. Follow them on the socials as well. Their socials are there as well, guys. Make sure you support the cast. And you're looking at the permanent cast members now as well in Lee and Daps.
Not while I'm just like this,
now. Two permanent additions for the new season, guys. Daps and Lee will be permanent panel members for next week, next season show. So
can I just say something? Yeah, can I just say something quick as well? Like, joking aside, the Liverpool fan base on this channel have actually shown that some of the Liverpool fan base are all right in it. So
some are better.
I'm not giving a prediction. Drifty, don't try that. But to the Liverpool fans,
3-1. I saw you nod your head, but go on.
No, I didn't. But to the Liverpool fans, yeah, when this season ends, on Sunday at about 8 p.m. Just remember, you've already won 2 trophies, and you still have a Champions League final to play. So just remember that, innit? That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. That's him telling us to not be downbeat, guys, when City win and they win the league.
Either way, don't be downbeat.
I'm just translating that.
I'm just saying, either way, it's a good season. It's a good season.
Yeah. It'll be a great season. Boy, we've got to talk about that one in a bit later, but still.
Look, right, yeah, Cal, if we finish up with the supers before we head out, bro.
Asian Barnes says, Daps, I'm a certified diver, so eventually the Liverpool fans come on board, we'll pitch you over, but I'll grab you, get you, and I'll save you out of respect. It's the boat party, Daps.
The boat party.
He must have trained Salah then, I guess.
Oh, right. The Tottenham shade is coming now as well. The Sun rivalry. Okay. I see you, George. I see you.
Playing enthusiast says, convinced Arsenal's second home is Dundalk.
No, I think we might be in your head, mate. That's all.
Bayesian Bar says, Drifty, you're my guy, but I'm going to smoke you on Sunday when we win. Then we will celebrate life. The quad cow, I'm a ride or die. My guy.
And you know what, Bayesian?
All the belts.
If we do win and we do win the league, I'll let you push me into that because I'm a great.
I'm not gonna lie, you know,
push me into the river.
Bouncers, they just leave you outside waiting just for the sake of it. That's what I'm gonna do to you you on Sunday, Drift.
Oh,
Leave you outside.
That's fair. That's fair.
I know you got the right footwear on. I'm just gonna leave you outside.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll make sure I've got glad rags on and I'll put my good stuff and then you know what I mean. I'll take a swim first. That's fair. That's fair. I'll do that. Or I'll sit in a little dinghy and I'll let you drag me along for half an hour while I learn my lesson. That's fair.
Yeah, nah, bruv.
That's fair.
You wait till Sunday, bro. Playing Enthusiast X says Pep will play Fernandinho and Ake at centre back, inshallah. I doubt it. I doubt it. Pep knows this.
Fix up, bro.
M Sheck. Wow. This is massive. Thank you so much.
Big
wow.
Up, big up
my
yourself,
guy,
man.
come on.
Much appreciated, M Sheck. This is for Cal keeping the belief. Kitchen singers out the window, calling in all the gods. Done though. You'll never walk alone because Carupio said so. I big up yourself, M Sheck.
Big up, bro. Big up, bro.
That's huge,
big up, man.
That's love.
Big up, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's heartwarming, man. Big
Really
up yourself, bro.
But
Big
yes,
up.
as Drifty said, guys, before we sign off, please do go and follow the boys. George, Lewis, Lee, Dabs, KG, Aaron. Guys, they have rocked with us all season. Without them, this show wouldn't have been possible. As I said, look, it's Thursday night. They could be doing other stuff, but they've chosen to come on there and give you guys content. Please support them how they've supported us and how you guys support us. They deserve it, so please do that for them.
Listen, it's been an enjoyable season doing this so far.
It's been enjoyable streams.
Let's keep it going. Few ups and downs, but you know.
Do you want to know what I respect the most about this panel as well? Is that everybody shows face, even in the face of adversity. Lewis didn't need to come after the FA Cup. You know what I mean? He was at the game today. Big up. George didn't need to come after. Actually, he wanted to gloat in all the glory of the draw against Liverpool.
He sent a video in when he beat Arsenal.
I was asked for it, sorry. You know, I had to do that.
You know what I'm saying? And Lee did not need to show up last week.
To be fair, Lee didn't have a choice because I'd have just called him on Insta.
Listen, next season's a big season, man. Next season, big season.
You know what I mean? But no, bless up, man. And for everyone wondering about KG, we've already got it sussed. There's going to be a section called Championship Watch. He ain't going nowhere. He will still be a part of the Prem Panel Show next week. We're not going to forget our boy KG. Do you know what I mean? But look at Lee. Look at Lee.
I just realised they're not even relegated yet. We've already said.
No, I was wrong. Like, you've literally put them down. I'm like, what's going on?
No,
you know what?
Because the one thing we do on Kopish is we're real. Leeds have gone. It's horrible, but Leeds have gone. They've gone.
Contingency plans, isn't it?
There's more of a chance of Liverpool winning the league than there is of Leeds. Yeah, no,
don't do that. No, don't do that, Drift. Don't do that. don't do that.
Do what, bro? Do what?
There's more chance of us winning the league than Leeds staying up. Don't do that.
It's true, bro.
No, it ain't.
It's true.
No, I'm not having that.
It's true, bro. I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Leeds would have to score flipping 20 goals without a right to stay up.
No. They just have to win. They just have to win.
Burnley to lose. Burnley have to lose.
No, but Burnley to lose to Newcastle is quite probable, though, bro. That's quite a probable game. That's a difficult game for Burnley. Bro.
And I said, bro, make sure you got comfy shoes on, bro.
No, Cal. Actually, hold on a minute. Leeds only need a draw, even if Newcastle get the result against Burnley. So it's not actually as hard. It's just Leeds won't get a result. That's what the problem is. But anyway,
more of a chance of Rafinha staying at Leeds next season than
Right. Yeah,
boys, can I just say one last thing? Hopefully, we don't know yet, but hopefully on Sunday there might be a certain someone at the Etihad just to get you ready for next season, boys.
Oh, that's why you're wearing that shirt.
Wow. Of course.
I just thought you
clocked.
Royce, come on, why'd you?
I just thought you liked the kit, but now I get it. All right. Interesting, dude. You want to hope that you want to.
You're just trying to buy new fans from another club.
Nah, don't want new fans. Don't want new fans. You can keep them, bro.
I tell you what. To be fair, you've won pretty much most of the games this season, and he wasn't in the stand. You want to hope he's not a bad luck omen. I tell you that.
I mean, in your, you and your.
I'm just saying.
Daps, I've just seen your Insta stuff. Well done, bro.
They're ready for Sunday, baby.
But there you have it. So, guys, as always, smash the like on the way out. Make sure you go and follow everyone. And big up to the panel as always. And we'll see you next week for the last Prem panel of the season. And who knows what that show's going to be like. Who knows what that show's going to be like. But until next time, people, like, share, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow for the calling show as usual, people. Peace.